SalinPreps.com, and Sports in Kansas.
The following is a special presentation of Eagle Radio and KINA Sports. Trojan football is on the air. Go!
Last week, the Southeast of Saline Trojans defended their home field on homecoming with a ground-and-pound effort early on against Minneapolis. The game came, and the game went away very quickly as Southeast of Saline hung 52 points in the first half of action, getting the victory. Tonight, Southeast of Saline turns their attention now out of conference to district play. And the first district matchup against Halstead. It's the Dragons and the Trojans tonight here on KINA.
This is Countdown to Kickoff for Southeast of Saline Trojan football on KINA Sports. Coming up, you'll get a preview of area games, analysis on tonight's matchups, and hear from the coach. Now, let's head to the stadium. Countdown to Kickoff starts now. On KINA and worldwide on Salina Post.
Good evening and welcome into Seaford's Field on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School. My name is Devin Haney. I'll have play-by-play of tonight's contest. With me in the booth will be Russ Kossel. Back at Studio Central, the KINA Studios is Big Sam Purdy. And on the roof, providing live stream video on SalinaPost.com tonight is Brian Dennett. Last Friday night, Southeast of Saline did not take long to get out of the gates offensively as they hung 22 points in the ground game on the Minneapolis Lions. These two teams that came in 2-0 quickly showed separation amongst each other, and that came where Southeast of Saline once again put up a big number of 30 points and held a 52-0 halftime lead. The decision was made at the intermission to have a running clock the whole second half, and Southeast of Saline would set it on cruise control and win 60-6. For Southeast of Saline now, that number continues to grow. In the regular season, the Southeast of Saline Trojans have won 27 consecutive games. Their last loss in a regular season game was October 18th, 2019. The Trojans will try to keep that going here tonight when they step into district play against the Halstead Dragons. The Dragons so far this season are 2-1 under head coach Derek Reset, and they have played a tough schedule. They opened with a big win over Smoky Valley and then lost at home to Hoisington, who is ranked in the top 5 in most polls in Class 2A, and then defeated a 3A team on the road in Pratt last week in a burner 42-38. Should be a great game between these two squads, the Dragons and the Trojans. When we come back here on Countdown to Kickoff in segment 3, we'll talk to Mitch Gebhardt, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. But coming up right around the corner, we'll step out and talk to the Halstead Dragons head coach. It's Derek Reset, some history in Salina, and also with Southeast of Saline in the playoffs when he played at Hutch Trinity for his father, Sean. It's all Countdown to Kickoff brought to you by L&L Advisors. Medicare open enrollment time is almost here. You may have people calling you or even showing up to your house that you don't know. Get the expert advice that you need from the analyst at L&L Advisors. 3 locations with 2 in Salina and 1 in McPherson, a proud supporter of the student athletes at Southeast of Saline. Countdown to Kickoff continues on worldwide on Salina Post and locally right here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Fall is full of great activities that keep us on the road. When you return to home sweet home, your sewer backing up into the house is the last thing you want to find. Now is the time to dial up Saline Septic Service and their 24-hour service. They will find the problem, fix the problem, and prevent future problems with the Septic Plus Protection Club. Special pricing and worry-free maintenance. Saline Septic Service, taking care of you now and preventing septic problems in the future. Find them online at salinasepticservice.com.
Time now for tonight's scouting report for Southeast of Saline football.
Here on pregame as we're getting ready for week number 4 already. It's high school football. The Halstead Dragons coming to visit southeast of Saline's campus, and we have a chance to sit down pregame and talk to Derek Reset, second-year head coach for the Dragons. And boy, Coach, before you came to Halstead, and it was kind of, I say back in the day, but it wasn't that long ago, it seemed like southeast of Saline and Halstead would always hook up in the playoffs, and it would always be at your place. So last year, there was a little bit of a deja vu when we're walking onto campus, and I just don't remember Halstead coming to southeast of Saline a whole lot in their history. But here we are at Southeast and Halstead in a preparation for this game. How's your week gone for you this week?
It's been a good week of practice and just getting the kids ready to go up to Southeast Saline and play a very well-coached, very talented football team up there at Southeast. So
we'll go through your history a little bit. And we did this last year when you came in and you were the first-year head coach, but in case people missed that in our pregame, you've had some history in the playoffs, of course, with Southeast of Saline. You're a Hutch Trinity guy, as your dad was, the head coach, also at Hutch Trinity. And now you guys turn the page a bit here. You go to Halstead. You take the head coaching job, but Dad's still on the staff, I think. So how's all that going for you here at Halstead, and how's it feel to have a coaching staff there that you know you can lean on?
It's been really big. The first year was a lot of growth inside the program, especially with the coaching staff. We didn't have any turnover from the coaching staff. We got all the coaches back. One being my dad, the defensive coordinator, and then Alex Queen, offense and defensive line. Ryan Varan, special teams coordinator, and helps a lot on the offense and does linebackers. And actually, my brother-in-law is the secondaries coach and receivers coach. So just the continuity between the coaching staff has really paid off being together now for our second year and just knowing what to expect from each other and how things go. It's been a big improvement on continuity with players and staff, and it's just been a really good transition to year 2 for us.
You obviously had your own trail after you left Hutch Trinity. You went on, played college football, had some different head coaches. How much of the system you learned at Hutch Trinity that your dad ran have you implemented at Halstead? Has there been changes, or what have you brought in on your own, if anything?
It looks the same, just play calls are different, and it's just what we do, and what we'll always do is we'll put the kids in the best situation possible. If we got a kid that we can hand the ball off to 30 times, we'll hand the ball off 30 times. If we don't have that kid, and we're able to give 7, 8 different kids touches throughout the game, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to do whatever we can to win and just put our kids in the best possible position, what they're capable of doing to hopefully win games on Friday night. And that's just something that I learned from my dad and then from when I go into college and all those different things as well. And coaching under Coach Vernon, just that same mindset of putting kids in positions to succeed and don't ask kids to do something that they're not capable of doing. And I'd say that's probably one big thing that I learned playing and just coaching under those coaches and playing under those coaches as well.
It's a great point. Looking at your schedule, I know a lot of people look at your schedule so far this year and they're like, wow, this has really been tough through the first 3 games. And it has. But really, this tough schedule goes back into last year as well. You made a playoff run and kind of got into some tough schedules there, or tough teams there at the end, I should say. And then it parlays over into this year where your first 3 games have been against teams that are very, very good. With Smoky Valley, you get the big win there. You play Hoisington and you lose to them. But a big, big win for you last week against Pratt. Let's talk more about this game because we're getting the scores, and of course we have an eye on you with being the opponent, a week later. The last score I got from you before our halftime break was Halstead was down 24-0 at one point in the first half. What happened after that?
And like you said, it goes back to last year. These kids have been battle-tested for years. I mean, our league is so tough, and our schedule is never easy.
Yeah.
And the kids, every game we have is a close game. It just feels like it's just every week it's another ranked team. Like this year, we play Hoytington's ranked, Southeast Saline ranked, Ellsworth, Cheney, and Chaparral last year when we played them, they were undefeated. The kids are battled, and they're tough-nosed kids, and they never quit. They always play hard. Like I said, they'll just never quit. And coming together last week as one in that game, you could definitely feel it kind of shift a little bit in the positive way of the team coming together, and it was a big step for us, and hopefully we can carry it over to this week and the rest of the season.
You had a big second half. You were down 30-13 at halftime against Pratt at their place. You outscored them 29-8 in the second half. That really looks like it's something that you hope and that you feel can be a kind of a momentum turner, right? I mean, this is something that's big inside the bodies and the minds of these kids. It's a confidence builder, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's confidence. These kids have all the talent in the world, and it's just confidence of coming together and trusting one another that each player is going to do their job. And that's what we did in the second half against Pratt for sure. And it's just, like you said, it could be a really big confidence booster. And we had a really good week of preparation, and we've continued to talk about coming together more as a family and more as a team and just trusting one another, trusting the coaching staff, and trying to carry that momentum into the rest of the season. 23
Dragons, what are some of the strengths on this team? What do you like so far about this team?
The offense and defensive line have done a fantastic job controlling the line of scrimmage. We put a lot of practice into pass protection this summer, and it's starting to pay off with that. Just running backs, we have almost all of them back besides Skylar Gear, who we lost last year, which was a big loss, but we've had fullbacks step up, Braden Logan and Keegan Krause. And then we have Owen Farmer and Joey Mills fall back as well. We have a lot of kids we're trying to get the football to. Like I said, I mean, we got dudes that we need to get the ball in space, and that's what we've been trying to do. I don't know if anyone on our team's had more than 10 or 11 carries on the year besides our quarterback, Braxton Creed, and that's just what we're going to try to do.
Coach, I don't like to use the word weakness, but just talking to you, it seems like something you need to get better and improve going down the stretch here are turnovers maybe, isn't it?
Yeah, we got to hang on to the football. If that's carrying the football or throwing the football, like we talked about off air, we just, again, in this schedule and the teams we play, you cannot turn the football over. You can't have a negative turnover margin. And if you're able to create a couple turnovers, that turns your winning percentage up quite a bit when you look at the stats. And that's something we've talked about and continue to work on, is just not turning the football over and creating turnovers on defense.
Knowing what you know about Southeast of Saline and hitting the road for the second consecutive week for the game here tonight, what do you want to see most out of your football team tonight, Coach?
I just want to see us come together more as a team and more of a family. I mean, this is a huge game for districts and seeding and trying to get a home playoff game like everybody is. This is a huge game, and we know that Southeast Saline has lost a regular season game since 2019. I mean, they're going to be a really well-coached football team. That's what they've always been and always will be, and I just want to see us come out and compete and play as hard as we possibly can each and every play.
Halstead Dragon head coach Derek Reset, his Dragons in-house tonight to take on the Southeast of Saline Trojans. First week of district play. Coach, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
That's a look at Behind Enemy Lines, brought to you by Saline Septic Service. It's Halstead Dragon head coach Derek Reset. We'll be back with Mitch Gephardt. After this, it's Trojan pregame on KINA.
For a century, the Farmall tractor transformed farming generation after generation. Today, legacy Farmall tractors and modern ones are found all around the world. Still incredibly reliable, still all-purpose as ever. To celebrate 100 years of Farmall, Case IH is giving away a Farmall Utility 75C tractor and $15,000. Join the celebration and enter for your chance to win. For contest details, contact CanEquip in Salina.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
Back here on Countdown to Kickoff, getting ready for Southeast of Saline Trojan football. It's the third of 3 straight home games here for Southeast of Saline as we have our pregame conversation with head coach Mitch Gephardt. It's brought to you by Frisbee Construction. Coach, a big win for you last week, a chance to defend your home field during homecoming. And boy, you guys get off to a great start, mostly on the ground in a game that we didn't really know what it was going to do weather-wise, right? I mean, it kind of rained during the day. We expected it to stop, and it just didn't. So the field conditions were a little wet, but boy, you took care of the football in this game and really got off to a great start on the ground game.
Yeah, I really feel like we did. We thought that the field wouldn't be in its perfect shape. And actually, as we watched film, it was worse than I thought it was just watching it live. But I feel like the kids did a good job with the ground game. I thought our offensive line did a good job blocking, and our backs did a good job of finding holes and running. And I felt like we did a good job blocking upfield.
What did you see that made you lean more towards the ground game in this game? And I asked this question just reflecting back upon last year's contest against Minneapolis. You really seemed to lean more towards the passing game a year ago against the Lions, but that wasn't the case here last Friday night.
Well, because of the footing, we talked about that a little bit and thought maybe we'd at least start out with the run game a little run heavy. And, I feel like we are a little more run heavy this year probably than we were last year. And, it was working well, so we just kind of stuck with it.
You have three really dynamic runners when you include Daniel Kerr, also Nathan Friesen and Grady Gebhardt. They all got off to a great start. I don't know that I've seen a cluster of backs have the explosiveness that all three of these guys have, but also they share a sense of patience about them. We saw some really crafty runs with them waiting on blockers and letting blockers get in the right spots. It seemed like they all have a sense of patience about them.
Yeah, they really do, and I'm going to throw Cameron Whitty in on that, too. He does a good job of finding things, but I think they have total trust in what our O-line's doing and know that they're going to get their blocks, and they're patient with that, and then they explode through the hole. I think some of that also is because how well they accelerate through the hole. They can be a little more patient because when they hit the hole, they can get to top speed real quick, but I think our vision is in the backfield is very good.
Let's look at the defensive side of the ball. I thought this defense in this game was maybe the best game. What did you see on film?
Yeah, I thought they did an outstanding job playing together and getting where they're supposed to be. And I thought we were physical at the point of attack. I thought our D-line did an outstanding job of disrupting what they wanted to do, and then other guys flowed to the ball very, very well. We had, I'm not sure how many tackles for loss we had, but we had several, and a lot of that's just because we're playing good team defense. For the most part, understanding where everybody's supposed to be, and those guys are getting there.
Offensively, defensively, things pretty good. I want to talk about special teams because we're starting to see things develop special teams-wise where there are some guys now rising up, some younger guys, and we're starting to call names repeatedly in these games. And I love this on special teams because your team set a trend where we see these guys on special teams, then all of a sudden they're contributing on other parts of the game too, on offense and defense.
After the first game, we've really worked hard on special teams, and guys continue to get better at that. But when I watched film last week, I thought Evan Watkins had it. I didn't realize how good he played on special teams until I watched film, and Evan Watkins did outstanding. Trey Droege has been very, very good the last few weeks. Killian Bond, those guys are the three that I can think of right off the top of my head here. They've done an outstanding job. But as a group also, we're just understanding things a whole lot better, especially that kickoff team. Kickoff always makes me nervous. And I always feel like, you score, and that's why you're kicking off, and then you don't want to give up something big and let them get the momentum back. Yeah. So kickoff is such a big deal, and I really feel like they've gotten better on that kickoff team. And I thought Wyatt Boyd kicked the ball as well as he has for 3 years for us on Friday.
Yeah, Wyatt had such a great game. It's amazing how control he has over that ball and where he can place kicks, and he put a lot of balls in really bad spots for Minneapolis on the return game, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did, and that's a big part of the whole kickoff team. And then when he can kick it to where he's supposed to, guys end up in the right spots, and everything works well when that happens.
There are some of those, though. It's a risk-reward thing, right? I mean, it's kind of like the basketball team that fast breaks all the time. They're going to have some turnovers. There's a couple of those balls that are close to the sideline, and they will roll out of bounds, but it seems like you're okay taking that and having the other team start at the 35.
I kind of am because, like I said, this is not my favorite part of the game.
Yeah.
So if the ball rolls out of bounds, they get it 35. I'd rather have them at the 20, but the guy didn't get to return the ball, and they get set up and they go on offense. So, it is risk-reward there, and if we can pin them down inside the 20, that's a great situation.
3 games in now, a couple of league games out of the way, and then, of course, your big opener against Rock Creek the first week out. If we stop the season down right now and just kind of pause and reflect, where's this team at right now?
We're getting there. I really feel like we've made some real positive steps. We started some younger guys and some guys that didn't have varsity experience, and I'm real proud of the older guys that have experience and help those guys through. And even some of those younger guys are taking on some leadership roles now, so that's kind of where you want to be in that situation. I think that offensively we're finding our groove. We're finding some things that we're good at, and hopefully we can continue to get better at those things and then expand what we're doing.
Big week on campus with you winning the homecoming game. Then, of course, cross country did their dominant thing this week. Volleyball playing well. Things are pretty good to be a Trojan right now, aren't they?
They really are. I'm awful proud of our kids. We're lucky out here. Our kids seem to work hard and do what you ask of them. And, when you do that and then you get rewarded for it, that's a real positive thing for our students.
How'd the other levels of Southeast football go this week? I know the JV team got a big win over Minneapolis.
Yeah, the JV got a big win, 50-0 over Minneapolis, and played pretty good in the first half, but then just were awful good in the second half, and pretty proud of how they're doing. Our junior high, our A team, lost to Ellsworth in a good game. Ellsworth's got a good football team over there in their 8th grade, and lost to those guys. But overall, I feel like we're stepping in the right direction.
Turn the page now. This week, a new chapter starts with district play starting here for at least this week. We'll step out next week, but this week, a big game district-wise. You got to start paying attention to not only wins and losses, but also the points and things of that nature. And this is a pretty good Halstead team coming in. What do you think?
Yeah, they're very good. They got down on a dang good Pratt team last week. It was 24-0 and 30-13. Ended up winning that game. So they're dangerous. They do a lot of things very well. They're coached awful well. We're going to have to play an awful good football game on Friday.
Offensively, they line up in almost a double wingback set, and they give you the impression that they're going to run all the time, but that's not the case. They do air the football out, and sometimes those wingbacks go out and they'll have 3 wide receivers. What's your biggest challenge against this Dragon offense?
Just the multiple things that they do. Like you said, they can run and pass, and that always puts the defense in a little different situation. We got to be good against both of those. We got to make sure we get our reads, pass run reads and things like that to do that, and then continue to get better at playing team defense, make sure we're where we're supposed to be all the time.
You look at this Dragon defense, what do you think with your Southeast of Saline offense? So far this year, you guys are right where you like to be as far as balance, aren't you?
Yeah, we really have been pretty balanced, and we want to continue doing that. They're physical. They always have been. We played Halstead over the years, and those Halstead kids are gonna be physical. They've got good size to them. A lot of these kids played in the last year's game, and I think the score was 49-17 in last year's game, but that game didn't feel like it was that big of a difference in score. So we knew these guys would be good, and we're going to have to play well.
What are your keys to success tonight for the Southeast Trojans?
I really think not fumbling, eliminate turnovers. Just don't have any turnovers against them. Get first downs. We got to understand that not every run's going to be for a touchdown, and we've got to get first downs and continue to get first downs. Defensively, we got to play physical. We got to match some of the things that they do, and they do run the ball very well, and we got to make sure we take care of that run game. Special teams could be a big key. A lot of times games like this, special teams, 20 yards here or there on a special teams play can make a huge difference.
Southeast of Saline head coach Mitch Gebhardt, his team getting ready for the Halstead Dragons. They enter district play here tonight on the campus of SES. Coach, best of luck to you, and we will talk to you at halftime.
All right, thank you.
Back with more Trojan pregame after this on KINA.
1, 2, 3, It's third down and 8 for the Trojans. They really need to make the right call here.
During the football game, it's crucial to make the right call. And in real estate, one call can bring a positive outcome from your real estate experience. Whether you're looking for real property, upsizing to make room for the family, downsizing, or acquiring investment property, call Winnell Garrettson at SalinaHomes.com.
What a call! Touchdown, Trojan!
Buy or sell, call Winnell.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Saline.
This has been Countdown to Kickoff. The opening kick is right around the corner. It's about to get ugly.
Steve Fritz Field as team finishes homestand tonight against the Halstead Dragons. Recap of last week's game against Minneapolis came in. It was all Southeast Saline early and often. Final score ended up being 60-6 with a running clock in the whole second half. Halstead last week steps out of 2A, goes to Class 3A, playing a very, very talented Pratt team. And if you were to follow this game early, Halstead got down 24-0 and Pratt just pounced right on them. Halstead never gave up, came back, got a couple key turnovers, and ended up bouncing back to win that game 42-38. Very, very good win for Derek Reset and his Halstead Dragons team. Derek Reset in his second year, 2-1 this year. They get a lot of turnovers. They get 7 turnovers so far this year. They're at a +7. Have not yet turned the ball over. So a great, great job on the offensive side as Derek Reset has his Halstead Dragons team now coming into Southeast of Saline. First night of district play as well, and we'll keep an eye on the other games going around in the district. In this 5-team district, you got Halstead sitting at 2-1, Hillsboro at 2-1, Lions at 0-3, Ellsworth 3-0, and of course Southeast of Saline also 3-0. Southeast of Saline has won 27 straight regular season games on this football field. Just an outstanding number, and 19 of the last 20 in all the games, including the playoffs. That lone loss coming a few years ago to the Andale Indians. Weather tonight, just a great night for football. 78 degrees, 78, 79 degrees, mostly cloudy. Winds about 10 to 15 out of the south-southeast. Going to drop down to about 75 degrees. Had a lot of rain in the area over last night. And I was down on the field earlier, as we'll bring in Devin Haney, the voice of the Trojans. And field conditions, not bad tonight after the rain we picked up. Kind of went over, coming in his second year in that week. Just an absolutely incredible comeback.
Yeah, it was one of the, and you're just kind of going, geez, can go wrong. And Derek Reset. And things where you're turning the ball, he kind of compared it he said, in my mind, I'm thinking Chiefs-Texans playoff game a couple of years ago. Chiefs were down 24-0. They couldn't do anything. All of a sudden, they start coming back, and then they come out third quarter. Things are starting to go well, and then one of his best players gets removed from the game on an ejection on what I think was a questionable call, but they have to go on without him. And boy, it seemed like there was something. Once the momentum started, it just started to go. You know, and Mitch Gebhardt told me off the air, he said, you wonder about that because there is a trigger point in everybody's season where you are going through early on and something is a turnaround point. Something is a kind of momentum shifter. And that's what Mitch Gebhardt hopes, that game last week against Pratt is not one of those things for this Halstead group, and they come in here tonight and have a competitive game, and Southeast kind of takes care of business. But that game against Pratt was very interesting. It was on the road. It was against a 3A school, a classification up, and boy, what a win, huh? They're 2-1 now.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. You talk about it, and they come off a loss the week before that to a very talented Hoisington Cardinal team who, like you mentioned in pregame, is in the top 5 in a lot of Class 2A in all the polls around the area as the coin toss just gets done there. Southeast Saline wins the toss and defers to the second half. Some other games in the area we'll be keeping an eye on tonight in the NCAA. Sacred Heart versus Belle Plaine, Ellsworth at Hillsboro, Russell at Beloit, Republic County versus Valley Heights, and Minneapolis, after running into Southeast of Saline last week, does not get any easier as they take on Sabetha tonight.
Blue numerals and blue letters. Southeast of Saline, meanwhile, with their white pants, they are in their purple jerseys, just like last week, purple helmets with a Trojan on the side. Southeast of Saline will come out and they will kick the ball away. Wyatt Boyd will get this game started. As you already touched on, Russ, what a beautiful night for football. The rain out of the area. Here we are. We're starting to turn the page a little bit into autumn. And it's a rarity here in September in 2023, 5 Friday nights. We're going to have 5 games in the calendar month of September.
Yeah, just a super busy month, not only for football, for all fall sports that are going on. And kind of lead us into the new image audio keys to the game. And I think it starts right now, Devin. I think special teams. We've seen a couple kickoffs go out of bounds. You can't give this Halstead Dragon team good field position.
That is true, and you cannot let them return kicks for touchdowns either. They are very, very good at that. Their return men are very good returners in Joey Millspaw and Owen Farmer. They are back deep to start this game as Wyatt Boyd is ready to go here for the Southeast Trojans. Glad you could join us. Live stream audio on SalinaPost.com paired with the radio broadcast. Brought to you by our friends at the Bank of Tesket. Wyatt Boyd's hand is in the air. His foot is in the ball, and it's going to angle drastically over to the left-hand side. Halstead's going to have a fair catch at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Dragon offense will come out. This is an offense for the Dragons. They're pretty good so far this season. They have racked up 386 yards on average per game. Their head coach is Derek Reset, and he is no stranger to offense. Played at Hutch Trinity for his father, who is now on his coaching staff, Sean Reset. And this is a awesome offensive unit in the state of Kansas in Class 2A. They rank 11th out of 40 teams. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they move the ball very well, very efficiently. You see if these three guys for Southeast Saline up front can have another standout game.
Southeast defense shifting around. Here is Halstead. Inside handoff. Early hit on Farmer, and they're going to drop him down for a 4-yard loss. Early on in the game for a 4-yard loss, that is Deacon Bear, and he has had a wonderful start to this season. He's in the top 3 on this defense in tackles. Let's set that defense for you. Bryson Lippold, Brody Chambers, Josiah Monday, Drew Weller up front. Your linebackers, Daniel Kerr, Grady Gebhart, Cameron Whitty. Also, Deacon Bear in there as well. Tucker Thaxton, Wyatt Boyd, your corners. Your safeties, Gannon Jacobson, Cameron Whitty out there on the defensive end as well for the Trojans. 2nd down and 4. Here's a rollout by Halstead. Hit as he throws. It's an interception by Whitty. Cameron Whitty takes it away at the 35-yard line. Braden Logan was hit as he threw, and that becomes the 3rd interception of the season for Mr. Cameron Whitty.
And pressure put on right there by Josiah Monday and Brody Chambers. Brody on the right end moved from his nose tackle position with Deacon Bear up front and moved to the right end and got double teamed and was able to take on those 2 guys, allowing Josiah Monday to get through, and both of them getting pressure on the quarterback.
On the first passing attempt of the game, 2nd offensive play for Halstead, they turn the ball over. Here's Kerr, fakes it to Friesen. Now he's rolling out in the flat. Looks like Evan Watkins, and Watkins going to put it down inside the 25-yard line for a big chunk play on 1st down.
And that's one of the guys that Mitch Gebhart talked about in pregame. Very, very happy with how Evan Watkins played. Said he kind of flew under the radar, didn't really realize he had such a great game last week.
Gain of 11 on the play. Millspaw made the tackle for Halstead. Watkins with 11. Here's Kerr to Friesen. Friesen on the left-hand side. A Trojan lost their helmet as Brody Chambers in a battle up front on that defensive line for Halstead. Chambers will have to come out of the game as he was engaged that time by Zantana Chevron. And 2 big boys going at it there. Chevron, a 255-pounder. Brody Chambers, a 280-pounder.
Drew Weller now will come into the game. Brody will have to come off for 1 play.
That carry by Friesen went for 6 yards. His first carry of the night. Pitch out Friesen, right-hand side, stretch play. Looking for some room. He's going to be caught from behind and drugged down for a short loss on the play. Nice pursuit that time by this Halstead Dragon defense. What a play that time by Brady Hill, the safety. They run 3 safeties in this defense. It has kind of a 4-2-5 look where you have 4 guys up front, 2 linebackers, and then the rest, the other 5 are all defensive backs, Russ.
Yeah, and they read that play really well and pursued and took all 5 of them guys that were coming to make that tackle. The 4 took on blocks, had great angles, and not allow Friesen to get the corner.
3rd down and 4 here for Southeast of Saline. They are in the Case IH red zone at the 18-yard line. Here's Kerr off the left-hand side. Dives ahead inside the 10. He gets to the 9, and that will be a carry of 9 yards and another 1st down for Southeast of Saline as Daniel Kerr has his first carry of the night, and it goes for 9.
Yeah, and they enter the Kane-equipped Case IH red zone for the first time tonight on the first drive of the game.
Football sitting on the 10-yard line where it's 1st down and goal for Southeast of Saline. Trying to capitalize on a turnover. It was an interception they took away from Halstead. Here's Friesen. Little delay handoff. He's going to get 1 on the carry.
Yeah, almost like a little bit of a missed block right there, maybe on the right guard. Just one guy squeaked through. That play was a half block right there away from breaking through the middle because that secondary was spread wide open.
2nd down and 9 coming up. 2nd down and goal, I should say, from the 9. Chambers back in there at his right guard spot. Kerr is going to let Friesen go by on the fake. Now Kerr is going to take it, and he will get maybe a yard. So tough road inside right now against this Halstead defense, who is trying to stand tall and protect their goal line.
And their defensive line, we say it every week, Southeast has one of the smallest offensive lines as far as size-wise in probably everybody we will play, just outmatched up front by size, but the talent and quickness could take over.
Nathan Weller, the center, reaches down, grabs that football, snatches it back to Kerr for a 3rd down and goal. Kerr scrambling. He's under pressure, and now he's in trouble, and he's going to go down back at the 18-yard line. Back at the 18 will go Daniel Kerr. He's going to lose 10 yards on that play as that brings him down back at the 18-yard line. And that will turn a 4th and medium situation for Southeast of Saline into a 4th and goal and almost 20 yards to attain a score.
And real tough right there for Daniel Kerr to roll out to his right side and try to get his feet set. Had pressure really right away, was never able to look downfield. Look down here on the near side. You got Tucker Thaxton one-on-one here on the outside.
Junior against junior. It's Thaxton and Corona. Kerr wants to go that way. Puts it up in the back of the end zone. Has Thaxton, but overthrew him. Tucker was able to elevate, get his left hand on the ball, but the second pass attempt for Southeast of Saline goes incomplete, and they will turn the ball over back on downs to the Halstead Dragons. So crisis averted there for Halstead, which that has been their Achilles heel this season so far, is turnovers. Coach Derek Reset told me they have 8 so far. He said you can never have a turnover at a good time, but all of their turnovers have come at horrible times this season.
Yeah, and Southeast just unable to capitalize with the points off turnover. Now Halstead set up deep in their own territory.
Halstead has it back now. They will go to work at their own 18-yard line. 1st down and 10, stacked up on the left-hand side with 3 wide receivers. They'll try to run it inside, and Nathan Friesen is one of the first Southeast of Saline players to arrive and make the stop. A loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Braden Logan right there, just nowhere to go. The middle of these, on both sides of the ball for both teams, really clogged up and just unable to go anywhere.
It's weird. Braden Logan is their starting tailback. That was only his 14th carry of the season. They do not run any one single guy a lot. Coach Reset told me that so far this season, he hasn't had a running back go over 10 carries in a game. They'll use Millspaw, they'll use Logan, they use Creed, they use Farmer. Everybody's going to get their chance to carry the ball. 2 wing backs right now. One will go in motion as Braxton Creed goes under center. And he hands it off to Millspaw, who comes out of the crowd and then stretches his way up to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, really a play that should have went for no gain right there. Had him wrapped up, 2 or 3 guys there right at the line of scrimmage, and he just kept his legs turning and was able to break 3 to bring up a 3rd manageable.
Gain of 7 on Joey Millspaw's first carry of the night. Will make a 3rd down and 5 for the Dragons from Halstead. Football setting at their own 24-yard line. Halstead trying to get some field position back here, keep this drive alive. 3rd down and 5. Creed wants to pass, rolls out to the left. He's a right-hander. He's hit and he fumbles. That ball's loose. It's trickling over towards the sideline. Southeast of Saline was the first to there, but they were not able to recover it. It will be a substantial loss for Halstead, though not a turnover, and 4th down and long coming up.
Yeah, the ball never went out of play right there, and a lot of people will wonder why did it go dead. Well, Brody Chambers went over and rolled on it. As he was doing that, rolled out of bounds. So when he touches the ball, it is dead right there.
4th down and 11. Their quarterback is also their punter. He will stay in the short shotgun and punt this away. It will bounce at midfield, go across the 50, and come to rest at Southeast of Saline's 46-yard line. So Southeast of Saline still maintaining field position here. We have not had a score as we are with 6:07 left to play in the first quarter. Glad you could join us for the radio broadcast and also live stream video on SalinaPost.com, courtesy of Bank of Tesket.
And let's see if the offensive line can maybe give Daniel Kerr a little more time, clear a hole for the running backs, as now it looks like Grady Gebhardt's going to be in the backfield.
Gebhardt will be to the right of Daniel Kerr. Fake to Gebhardt. Kerr will keep it, and he runs right into a defender. Once again, that's that safety for Halstead coming up to the line of scrimmage and playing tight. That's Brady Hill, the senior. He has on the season coming into this game 3 tackles for loss. He already has 2 here tonight for a total of 5.
Yeah, and as a team, they have 18 tackles for loss in three games coming into tonight, and that's a lot of tackles for loss, especially the caliber of talent that they have been playing.
2nd down and 14 after the loss of 4. Back to the 42-yard line now for the Southeast offense. Boy, this is the biggest resistance they have seen early on so far this year. 2 wide receivers to the left. Kerr, play action, wants to roll that way. That's his strong side. Now he's going to pitch it out of bounds, looking for Thaxton at the 40-yard line. The ball going over the sideline of the Southeast of Saline bench. 1 of 3 on the start, passing the football so far for Daniel Kerr.
And Halstead's really coming up close to the line, David. You got your middle linebackers almost with their hand on the defensive tackle's hips as they're coming up. All about 7-8 guys in the box within 2 yards.
3rd down and 14 at their own 42. Couple of substitutions here. Nope. Check that. They're going to go 4 wide receivers. I thought Gebhardt was coming off the field, but he's going to perch up here next to the sideline. Total of 5. It's 4 wide receivers on the near side. Kerr has that ball cocked. Now he is hit from behind and he fumbles. It's going to be picked up by Halstead, and then a tackle by Josiah Monday that's going to save probably a big chunk of yardage as Zantana Chavarin comes in and gets that fumble for the Halstead Dragons, and Southeast of Saline coughs it up for the first turnover for the Purple guys so far in this game. And Halstead with good field position as they will take over at the Southeast of Saline 35.
Yeah, just not. The receiver couldn't break free. You had 4 guys on the near side and only 3 guys cover him. Daniel Carey unable to outrun. Hill coming from the back and was able to strip a forced fumble. So 2 drives, 2 turnovers for Southeast.
From the Southeast 35, 1 wide receiver on each side, a couple of wing backs. Farmer will go in motion, and the handoff here will go straight up the gut to Braden Logan, and he is arrested for a loss of 2.
Yeah, Brody Chambers tackled the left guard and the running back right there at the same time. So, Brody notice his kind of fired up a little bit after he got his lid popped off there on the first drive.
2nd down and 12, back to the 37 for Halstead. Pistol formation with 2 wingbacks for the Dragons. Farmer will go in motion. It's a little pitch pass, and he is going to be taken down, and he has to pay the price. Brody Chambers comes slashing through the offensive line. He got there the same time that little pitch pass got there, and it's going to be a big loss of 3 yards for the Dragons.
And I know you leave a guy unblocked normally on a play like that, expecting your running back to outrun the defensive end, but if you're going to leave Brody Chambers unblocked, you're in for a very, very long night, and I'm sure the running backs are like, hey, I don't think I want to run to that side anymore.
3rd down and 15 now for Halstead. The visitors wearing white, trying to pick up a conversion here. They're at the Southeast 40-yard line. Here's the snap back to Creed. Creed's going to slip it in on a screen, but right there arriving is the Southeast defense. Boy, what a job there by Daniel Kerr. Coming in from his linebacker spot, he read that play perfectly as he is able to make the stop for no gain on the play. Actually lost a yard, did the Dragons.
Sorry, Devin, but not only did he read that play, he jumped in front of the block and was able to meet the pass right there. Very, very smart play by Daniel Kerr.
Halstead going for it on a 4th and 16 here. At least they give that look. They're at the Southeast of Saline 41-yard line. Now Creed's going to back out of the under center look, and he can punt out of the short shotgun, so keep an eye on that. Kerr heading back deep for Southeast of Saline, expecting the punt. And here it is, quick hit. Creed gets into this one. He's going to uncork it, and it's going to bounce into the end zone and will be a touchback for Southeast of Saline. So both teams have committed a turnover here in the first quarter, and both teams' defenses calling for the day and making a stop and not letting that go any further for a score.
Yeah, just a great defensive battle right here. Really not a whole lot of offense. We had the first play by Southeast Saline break for 11 yards, and it kind of went backwards ever since that. So see what they can dial up here as a little changes might be made.
Wyatt Boyd out to the right, Tucker Thaxton and Cameron Whitty to the left. Evan Watkins will stay in at a slot back directly behind the offensive line. Nathan Friesen in the backfield. The give will go to Friesen. Gets through the first level, into the second level, has a gain of 6 on first down. Boy, that sure helps when you get 6 or 7 yards on first down. It sure helps your down and distance situation from there on out.
Yeah, especially with the plays that have been going on. You got to get plus yardage on these early downs to bring up manageable 3rd downs.
2nd down and 5 after the 5-yard carry. Movement up front by Halstead will give Southeast of Saline a free 5 yards. You saw Kerr really kind of get after that signal call there and got a free 5 yards for his offense. That'll move him out to the 30 and be close to a first down.
Yeah, well, good discipline. We don't see Southeast do a lot of hard counts like that throughout the year, so a great job by that offensive line to be disciplined.
It is a first down. They move the chains for the Trojans from the 30. Screen pass out to Thaxton, one-on-one. Thaxton puts on a move. He's free. 40-45. Dances near the sideline. Tumbles ahead to the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line. 20 yards on the quick pitch out to Tucker Thaxton.
Yeah, and a great job right there by Tucker to know, get it quick, make you got one guy, you're one-on-one, you know you're quicker off the feet.
He's scary in space, isn't he? First down and 10 now at the 49-yard line. Here's Kerr negotiating traffic. He'll pile ahead for a gain of 5.
Yeah, and another good positive yardage pickup on first down.
First down and 4 from the 45. Tempo for Southeast of Saline as they go 3 wide receivers on the right, but it's Kerr running it to the left, and he gets drugged down by the shoulder pads up top and taken down at about the 41-yard line. Close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and inches.
No, I think they're giving him a first down. I think the White Hat just said first down.
The chains. Good call. 5 carries, 16 yards so far for Kerr. Chain's not set. We're still going. Southeast is ready to go. There's a screen out to Wyatt Boyd. Loses the first defender. Gets inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. It is a quick hitter, gain of 6 to Wyatt Boyd.
They had a great block by Nathan Friesen there on the outside, kind of cleared the way, and then one-on-one once again.
Southeast running tempo here. Inside the 35 to the 34. Here's Cameron Whitty. He's out and free, has a blocker. It's Friesen out in front, and Whitty's going to take it into the red zone. What a carry there by Cameron Whitty. He will be spotted at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 15 for Cameron Whitty. Southeast ready to go again. First down and 10, and now a timeout will be called by Halstead. They have their backs against the wall with this tempo ran by Southeast of Saline, and they need to talk about it. We'll take our first break. 1:51 left to go in the first quarter. Southeast of Saline in the red zone with a 1st and 10 when we come back here on KINA.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
Back here at Steve Fritz Field on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School. It's the 3rd of 3 consecutive home games for Southeast of Saline. This one against the Halstead Dragons. Inside 2 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. It is still scoreless. Southeast of Saline with a first down and 10 at the Halstead 19-yard line. Glad you could join us for Trojan football this week once again. Nathan Friesen at a pistol formation. He's directly behind quarterback Daniel Kerr. Kerr wants to throw it out to Thaxton Tucker, though falling down. His feet came out from underneath him when he came out of his break, and that ball will be incomplete.
And field conditions, like I mentioned right before we kicked off, there's some spots out there that are a little soft. We did have quite a bit of rain in the area, and most of the field still in pretty good shape, but about the 20-yard line on both sides where they're at right now seem to be the worst spots on the field.
2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Southeast of Saline in the red zone for the second time. Trying to work this Case IH red zone to their benefit. Here's a counter play. Goes to Friesen. He has to work against 3 Halstead defenders, and he will pile ahead to the 16-yard line and gain 3 on the play.
And Drew Weller with a great comeback block on that counter play, and just the other running mates on the left side just unable to hold their blocks. Keaton Blake.
Weller right now in there playing as he starts to rotate through this game for Josiah Monday. Monday over here getting a rest on the sideline. And Coach Gebhardt told me before the season started, Drew had a little bit of a hand issue. Once that healed up, he fully expected him to be able to rotate pretty much anywhere, including center. Here's a screen play out to Wyatt Boyd. Big block out on the outside. Wyatt Boyd skips his way near the 5-yard line. For Southeast of Saline, it'll be another Trojan first down as they will be looking at first down and goal from the 6.
Yeah, and a great job blocking on the outside. We talk about it every week. These wide receivers are very unselfish. Whoever gets the ball, the rest of the running mates are making downfield blocks.
2 catches, 16 yards for Wyatt Boyd. Here's Friesen. Counter play, goes to the right. Train wreck near the goal line, and he will be left short there as Southeast of Saline still working inside of the 5. That one went to the 4.
Yeah, second time they've been in the Can-Equip Case IH red zone. First time turning over on downs. This time a much more manageable 2nd and goal inside the 5.
Just inside of the 5. Here is Kerr. He'll follow Friesen this time. Puts his head down. A little second effort skip for Daniel Kerr will get him down to the 2-yard line. So again, inside, it is a tough road as Josiah Monday and Brody Chambers come back in. They will replace Trayton Olson, and Drew Weller, who was in there on the offensive line. It looks like they're not going to get this playoff before we hit the end of the first period. Our score, 0-0. Southeast of Saline knocking on the door. When we come back, you're listening on KINA and watching live stream video along with the radio broadcast on SalinaPost.com, brought to you by Bank of Tesket.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
A long drive here for Southeast of Saline, and they're trying to find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. A third down and goal from the 2 coming up. This will be the 12th play, Russ, of this drive already.
Yeah, it's something we normally don't see from Southeast, is long, sustained drives.
Weller with the ball. He'll snap it back here to Kerr. Kerr sneaks it in the belly of Nathan Friesen. Friesen strung out all the way to the outside, dives for the goal line, and he is going to be just short of the chalk. It'll bring up 4th down and goal from the 1.
And I think at this point, I know you don't go under center a lot, but you got them big bodies up front.
I would be shocked. I would fall out of my
I would
shoes
be too.
if that happened. 1 yard, 4th down and goal from the 1. Offensive line getting set. Watkins behind that line. Kerr and Friesen directly behind him. A couple of hard counts up front. White helmets moving around. Nobody with an infraction, no. Now Kerr will take a couple of steps towards the line of scrimmage. Friesen will as well. Move to the right hip. Here's the take by Kerr. He's going to stutter step and then walk it in. Right behind Nathan Weller at center and Brody Chambers at right guard. Daniel Kerr walks it in for Southeast of Saline for the first touchdown of the night. A 14-play drive.
Yeah, just a great job right there by this whole offensive unit to put a sustained drive together. You pick up first downs easy. You get first, second, and third, 4. You get up manageable and just continue to chip away at it, not get it all back in one play. A great job right there by this offensive unit.
They got him spread out on the swinging gate here. It'll be Kerr running to the left-hand side. He's going to cut it back in and find the end zone once again. 6+2, now an 8-point lead for Southeast of Saline with 11-12 left to go here in the second quarter. It's the Trojans striking first in this district matchup with Halstead on KINA.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
It's a 13-play drive by Southeast of Saline all the way down the field. It ends up being capped by Daniel Kerr. Touchdown run on 4th and goal from the 1. Kerr also capitalized on the 2-point conversion, and it's 8-0 Southeast of Saline. I want to remind you the Southeast of Saline Booster Club supports bringing you live coverage to showcase their exceptional student athletes and build that purple power. It's always a great day to be a Trojan at Southeast of Saline. And what a great week for the Trojans. Successful on the volleyball court, defended their home turf, both boys and girls on the cross-country invitational that happened here this week, and now playing football on a glorious Friday night. Here's Wyatt Boyd with the kickoff after the Southeast touchdown. A little mini call for fair catch by Halstead is awarded by the officials at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was dangerous of being a late didn't really get his hand all the way up. Connor Whitsitt right there, just kind of in no man's land, wasn't sure what to do, did get the fair catch call. See if this defense can stand up one more time, especially these front three playing really, really well together, really all season, but starting the night off great by clogging up the middle.
Deacon Bear in there, also a guy that we need to talk more about. This sophomore, Killian Vaughn, he's leading this team in tackles coming into this game. Vaughn in there at middle linebacker, sticking his nose into the line of scrimmage. Here's a little quick pitch to Millspaw. Millspaw looking for some space, and he is absolutely tattooed as I foreshadowed the play of Killian Vaughn.
Yeah, you called that, dead on. Killian Vaughn coming right down the line of scrimmage, unblocked, and just able to lay a ferocious hit on the receiver right there, and a great job. You talked about it. He has been flying under the radar. Him and Evan Watkins really having a great, great season.
From the 34, it's a loss of 3 on that play for Halstead. They'll put 2 wide receivers on the left and 1 on the right. Still a running back and a wing back in there. Creed wants to pass. Under pressure, Southeast is going to heat him up. Creed running out to the right-hand side. Gets a little bit of space over there, and he's able to tightrope the sideline. We'll see where the officials said he stepped out, and they're going to move him all the way up to about the 44-yard line. So that's a gain of 10. Still short, though, because of the loss on first down. It'll be 2nd and 2. Now Halstead going with some tempo. Owen Farmer in motion. They're going to sneak it into the gut of their running back. Straight ahead on that play is Braden Logan.
Yeah, very close to a false start again. We've seen this with a couple teams as it looks like they're going to go fast again here, getting to the line of scrimmage. But this left offensive tackle is leaving way early.
The 46-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Dragons. Boy, a lot of leaning forward on that offensive line. Here is Owen Farmer out in a wide open space, and Daniel Kerr up to greet him. Actually, check that. That is not Daniel Kerr. That is Bryson Lippold coming in from the linebacker spot and really bringing the doorbell.
Yeah, Bryson Lippold read that perfectly, backpedaling with him, planted with, following the eyes of the quarterback, knowing where that ball is going, and made a picture-perfect tattoo tackle over there on the far side.
Owen Farmer has taken some hits on this drive already. Still got 2 yards on that play. 2nd down and 8. Approaching the midfield stripe here is Creed out in the middle, gets into the second level, and he's not going to be brought down until he gets to the southeast of Saline, 42-yard line. It's another gain of 10 here for Halstead.
And probably the first play up the middle that Southeast has given up chunk yardage at. See if they tighten this back up in the middle.
1st down and 10. Football moving to the 42 for Halstead. Here's Millspaw in motion. They're going to sneak it back into the inside here, and it's going to go to Braden Logan, who was trying to shed tacklers and gets all the way to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
And going quick, already up at the ball, ready to snap it.
Creed sends a guy in motion, little pitch pass again, and it's going to be a tackle in the backfield. Josiah Monday all the way back to the 43-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 7 on the play.
Yeah, when you need a play and you need somebody to stand up, watch out for number 50. Josiah Monday he has got that top end and quick speed to keep up with those receivers on those pitch plays.
All the way back now to a 3rd down and 10. Football sitting at the southeast of Saline 42-yard line. See if the Southeast defense can answer the call once again. 3 wide receivers on the right-hand side. Creed back to pass. Cox throws it, goes over the middle, and it goes right through the hands of Joey Millspaw. He was running unattended, had nobody around him, right down the middle of the field, and that ball is incomplete as Halstead moves to 3 on 5 passing so far in this game. Boy, the missed opportunity there for the Dragons.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That play should have went for 6. He comes right up the middle. Millspaw untouched, just right through the middle of both safeties spread out, and just over the outstretched arms, which will bring up a long 4th down.
4th down and 10 from the southeast of Saline 42. Halstead lining up to go for it here. They have 3 wide receivers, a wing back and a running back, and Creed is going to back out of it and take a timeout. It's the 2nd timeout taken here by Halstead. We'll take it as well. Back with the 4th down play for the Dragons after this on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Early check of the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Andover leading Salina Central at the end of the first quarter, 13-0. Here it's Southeast of Saline leading 8-0 over the Halstead Dragons. 8:16 left to go here in the second quarter. Each team had a turnover in the first quarters. We at the end of the first stanza scoreless. Then Southeast of Saline scored to begin the second quarter. Daniel Kerr's touchdown run, also the 2-point conversion. And now Halstead doing the best they can to keep this drive alive as they face a 4th down and 10 from the Southeast of Saline 42-yard line.
And you wonder if they'll go back to something over the middle. I mean, that play was probably the most wide-open play that Halstead has had tonight and was just missed by Millspaw. So we'll see what they draw up on 4th down and 10.
3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. Over on the left by himself is Cohen Corona. Creed back to throw. Gets out of trouble. Now he's going to be arrested and dropped. Got around Brody Chambers and Josiah Monday to start, but then he was taken down by Deacon Bear. Another big tackle by Deacon Bear.
And another big pressure of 3 versus 5. These front three, Brody Chambers, Josiah Monday, Deacon Bear, just absolutely dominating the line of scrimmage on the defensive side with just those 3 guys. So a huge, huge asset when your 3 guys can take on their 5 and allow everybody else to kind of flow towards the football.
Second sack of the night for the Southeast of Saline defense. It'll give their offense the football at their own 45-yard line and another drive. Cameron Whitty in motion. He's going to take the handoff, stretching it to the far side of the Halstead sideline. Whitty takes a big hit, but then gets 5 yards out of the play and a flag down along the line of scrimmage as we look down the line towards our friends from Halstead.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to have a hold out there on one of the receivers on the outside. And that's exactly what they're going to call, so that'll negate it. It'll be now 1st and 19 as they'll take 10 off from the spot of the foul.
So they'll back him up here to the 36-yard line. 1st down and 19. 3 receivers to the right here for Daniel Kerr. Kerr's going to turn, play action to Friesen, now rolling out to the right, a little lob pass to Evan Watkins. Watkins out to the 40, takes a big hit and out of bounds at the 46. Good hit there by Halstead, as we've seen good hits on both sides of the ball, and Evan Watkins gets all that penalty yardage back for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, Owen Farmer came up laying that hit on Watkins, and it was kind of a stalemate. They both kind of lowered their shoulders right into each other, but Owen Farmer letting him know he's there.
Watkins has 2 catches already. 2nd down and 9 from the 45. Southeast of Saline running it straight up the gut, and this will go to Daniel Kerr once again on the keeper as he plunges ahead to going to spot him down here at about the 48-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 for Kerr.
And able to get back into 3rd and manageable after being 1st and 19. So 3rd down at about 3 to 4 yards here to go.
Well, what a beautiful night for football. 7:22 left to go here in the second quarter. Southeast leading it 8-0. 3rd down and 4 for the Trojans as they move the ball into Halstead territory once again. Here's the fake to Whitty on the end around. Kerr with a sidestep, had to get around 2 Dragons. One of them got him for a loss of 1.
Yeah, Logan Overton right there with a great tackle. Excuse me, that was not Logan Overton. That was Connor Herman with a great tackle right there on the outside. Was double teamed and was able to fight through it and get the tackle as he was laying on the ground.
4th down and 3.5 here for Southeast of Saline. Football setting between the 48 and 49-yard lines. They need to get to the 45 to keep this drive alive. 4th down coming up. 2 receivers in a little stagger set over the left-hand side. Cameron Whitty in tight on the right. Mitch Gebhardt wants to call his first timeout. 2 timeouts remaining for the Trojans as we are pushing our way towards halftime. 6:35 left to go here in the second quarter. It's 8-0 Trojans on KINA.
Don't get caught on empty. Fill up on all your basic needs at Asaria Oil and Hardware. We want to be sure you are fueled up and ready for whatever may be around the corner, no matter what time of day. Now live at Asaria Oil and Hardware, 24/7 pumps. No matter what time of day or night, your gas and diesel tanks can rely on us. During regular business hours, you can get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough energy to win the day. Asaria Oil and Hardware, located in Asaria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Welcome back. Devin Haney along with Russ Kossel, Brian Dennett on the roof, providing live stream video of this contest. Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering back at Studio Central. Already week number 4. We're about ready to go to halftime in a few minutes and hit week 4.5. At halftime, we will talk to cross-country coach from Southeast of Saline, Wade Castleman. A very good day for his Trojans as they protected their home turf here at Southeast of Saline in their Invitational for cross-country on Tuesday.
Always fun to have Wade up here, the best cross-country coach in the state of Kansas.
He doesn't have to bail out of a seat early tonight. It's not raining, so still got a seat up here for him, though. Here's Kerr stretching it out to the left-hand side on a 4th and 4, and he gets nowhere. Might have lost a football worth his yardage, and Halstead's defense raises their heads up and takes it away. A turnover on downs for Southeast of Saline.
Just really offensively, minus a couple good runs, they haven't been able to pick up more than about 4 to 5 yards every play, and then other plays are just -1, -2, or even. So putting a lot of pressure on the Southeast defense to contain this 8-0 lead.
Halstead takes over at midfield, 1st down and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Here's Creed in the middle of a hornet's nest. He's going to hand it off to Joey Millspaw, and Millspaw will come across the midfield stripe. No, he won't. They're going to say he is back all the way at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play for Joey Millspaw. Well, he ended up across the chalk, and I thought he gained 2 or 3 on the play, but the official called him down early.
Yeah, Bryson Lippold coming up and making a great tackle and staying home on that counter play.
No gain on 1st down, brings up 2nd down and 10. Here's Creed rolling out to the left, maybe looking at the option play, has a pitch man. Now he's going to tuck it and keep it and get 5 on the play. Boy, that looked like some old school Nebraska Cornhusker football right there. With the option play, strong sweep left.
Okay, that's exactly what it looked like, and now that Halstead's going to do quick play once again.
3rd down and 5 from the 46. Ball on the ground. Trojan going after it. I think it's going to be recovered here by Brody Chambers. We'll see if Big Brody comes up with it, and he does. Hands it to the official, and another turnover for Halstead.
And another great defensive stand that ends up in a turnover. And we talk about it, and I talk about them every week, and people are probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but I'm going to talk about these 3 defensive linemen that have been playing absolutely incredible football all year, but especially tonight.
Boy, that one hurts for Halstead. They had great field position. They were working on something here, and then just coughed up the football. A little miscommunication on the handoff. Southeast of Saline has a back. Screen play out to Thaxton. Tucker slips a tackle. Almost broke free as he gains 9 on 1st down.
And go back to the play that works. That seems to be what Southeast can get in the passing game, is just a quick little bubble screen out, have your 2 wideouts block for the 3rd one, and able to pick up 8 yards.
2nd down and 2. Football at the 44. Here's Kerr keeping it into the 2nd level. Takes on a linebacker and a safety, and he's going to move the pile ahead to about the 32-yard line. Gain of 12 for Kerr. That is his longest carry of the night.
It looks like we may have a player down on the field. Looks like a Halstead Dragon.
Check him out and see what's going on as the trainers from Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine come calling, and a chance to check out the Bennington State Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, just a couple scores here early to pass along. Smoky Valley has to run into the buzzsaw of Andale, down 42-0 after the 1st quarter.
Oh, my.
Abilene's up 13-0 on Chapman at the end of 1 in the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi. Clay Center up 34-6 on Hiawatha, and that Clay Center team is who this Trojan team will see next week. I don't know if Devin Haney, if you got any more scores.
I don't, but I do. is have a reminder about the Gypsum Fall Festival coming up October 21st. Ton of kids events, starting with a Scarecrow Scrabble, Rock, Walk and Run at 8 o'clock. There will be a dance clinic at the Baptist Church at 8:30, Corn Pile Dive at 9. Just all kinds of kids' activities. You can find the full schedule of events at the Gypsum Fall Festival Facebook page. Once again, that's coming up about a month from now on October 21st. Braden Logan was the Halstead Dragon that was dinged up on the play. Southeast of Saline has it first down and 10. Kerr rolling out right, passing with the left. Cameron Whitty has it at the 21 and then goes ahead into the Can-Equip Case IH red zone to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, and a great job running that route, and Kerr waiting for it to develop. Those receivers it took, they didn't get off the line the best, but letting the play develop and able to set his feet and have time to find a receiver.
From the 19, Southeast of Saline spreading it out still. 3 wide receivers on the left. Friesen comes under the formation. He'll go to that side. All 3 backers out in front. Friesen cuts it back in. Flag on the play. Nathan ended up inside of the 5-yard line, but a flag came from the lead official in the offensive backfield. He said he ended up at about the 3-yard line.
Going to have another hold. Looked like it came from up the middle, and one of the 3 guys, guard or the centers, not sure which one. Just a tough break right there. Great play call, great play design, and Kerr able to get a bunch of positive yards, but it is negated by that holding penalty.
So back out of the red zone to the 23. It's first down and 13. 2 wide receivers on each side. Here's Kerr, a little pump fake to the left. Now he sprints forward, rolls over a safety, still on his feet to the 10-yard line. What a run by Daniel Kerr. He got a baker's dozen, 13 yards on that play.
Yeah, and good enough for a first down. So bring up first and goal, but nothing flashy from number 16. He hits that hole, and there's a guy waiting for him. He's lowering his shoulder pads.
First and goal from the 10 for the Trojans. 5 wide receivers, and now a timeout taken by Halstead. This is their final timeout of the half, and we will step away. With 4:11 left to go in the second quarter, it's 8-0 Southeast of Saline with a first and goal when we come back.
Looking to take the next step in your career? Consider an MBA from Kansas Wesleyan. You can complete the program fully online in as little as 1 year, and your last class is free. Want to be a part of one of the region's fastest growing universities? Visit kwu.edu/MBA today. That's kwu.edu/MBA.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
Southeast of Saline knocking on the door once again. First down and goal from the 10-yard line for the Trojans. Working on another long drive. This one started at midfield after a Halstead fumble that was recovered by Brody Chambers. Southeast of Saline had a chance to capitalize off of an early Halstead interception by Cameron Whitty, but they were unable to do so. Kerr will empty the backfield. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Friesen will go in motion. They'll fake it to Friesen. Kerr will keep a big gaping hole up the middle, and Daniel Kerr's going to spin off a would-be tackler and get into the end zone. From 10 yards away for the second time tonight, it's Daniel Kerr with a touchdown.
Yeah, the right side of that offensive line, including Nathan Weller, the center, Brody Chambers, Kendall Minimum, just clearing the way out there. And contact wasn't made until about the 2 to 3 yard line, and he just carried the defender into the end zone.
Kerr from 10 yards out with his second rushing touchdown of the night. He had 3 last week in the first quarter. Swinging gate once again. They're going to pitch it back to Friesen. Friesen jab steps to the left and then comes back to the right where there is a wide open tunnel to the pylon. 8 and 8 equals 16 with 4:06 left to play here in the second quarter. Southeast of Saline grabs a 16-0 lead on KINA.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here at Steve Fritz Field on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School. Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, Brian Dennett on the roof providing live stream video. Boy, a great breeze. Weather conditions pretty good. The wind blowing just a little bit, but it's not as bad as what it could be. 2 touchdowns here for Daniel Kerr. 16-point lead for Southeast of Saline, as this is the first district game of the season. And these two teams battling it out here in the third of 3 straight home games for the Trojans. Wyatt Boyd ready to kick it away. So far, his calling card in this game has been short and angled to the right. See if he sticks with that. He does. This one more closer towards the hash, though. Halstead lets it bounce. Goes to Millspaw, who's dancing at the 30. Now he breaks free. 35, 40, 45, looking for space. Joey Millspaw across midfield. Breaks through a would-be tackler. Now chased down from behind by Gannon Jacobson at about the 32-yard line. Jacobson got on his horse and chased him down from behind and woed him up. But good field position here for Joey Millspaw and the Halstead Dragons as they will start this offensive drive at the Southeast of Saline 32-yard line.
Yeah, very patient run right there by Millspaw. The up man kind of let it go to him, took a great bounce, and he was able to follow his blockers here on the near sideline and then cut back to the middle of the field.
Good opportunity here for Halstead. They'll put 2 wide receivers, including Millspaw, on the slot to the right-hand side. Here's the keeper by Creed. He gets through the line of scrimmage and then runs into a brick wall. Grady Gebhardt was there, along with Daniel Kerr for Southeast of Saline. No gain on the play.
Yeah, and the offside guard and tackle, we saw this last week, kind of submarining the guys on the defensive side of the ball, just going to chop at their legs. That time they were able to get around them before it got to them.
Keegan Krause in there, tailback, after we saw their starting tailback go out of the game. Here's a slip tackle now in the secondary. Cameron Whitty has to make the tackle as Owen Farmer moves it inside of the 20-yard line. Once again, Braden Logan, the starting tailback, went out when he was playing defense. So Keegan Krause in there now.
And it's that middle of the defense that was open once again. The tight end just leaking down the field.
13 yards for Farmer on that play. This is going to be Millspaw again, searching, gets inside of the 15, and a gain of about 3 yards. 5 carries, still in negative territory there for Millspaw carrying the ball tonight. Got 3 yards there, and it's at the 17-yard line for Halstead. 2nd down and 7. Here comes Farmer in motion. It's a pitch out to Farmer. Chambers nearly got him, but Chambers was held, and a flag will fly in the Halstead backfield. Boy, Brody Chambers was about ready to take the helmet off of Owen Farmer, but then got grabbed from behind, and I believe that will be the call, field level, by the official.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, and it's probably a good thing that offensive guy held on to Brody Chambers, because that might have not have ended well for the running back right there.
So a hold in the backfield here will cost Halstead 10 yards as they will go back to the 24-yard line, where it will remain 2nd down. So 2nd down now and about 17 for Halstead. Tucker Devine, their big play receiver out on the right-hand edge, has been quiet tonight. Creed wants to go that way. Now he's going to throw it up, and it's nearly deflected there. It might have been tipped by Daniel Kerr, Russ, as that ball went to the right hash.
No, I don't think he did a great job. I don't believe he got it deflected, just underthrown at the feet, and maybe the best coverage that this secondary has had. Thaxton and Jacobson, Whitty on the far side doing a great job.
3rd and 17. Football setting at the 23-yard line. This drive started out with such promise after the big kick return by Millspaw, but now Southeast of Saline's defense again standing tall. 3rd down and 17 for Halstead. Krause in the backfield here along with quarterback Braxton Creed. Early movement by Farmer over on the right-hand side, and I think they finally got him, Russ.
Yeah, it's been real close and touchy about all game, but that time far side official able to catch that one on the movement. That'll back them up another 5 yards to bring up third and real long. And remind you, the Southeast did win the coin toss. So if they can get a stop here and possibly put some more points on the board and then get the ball to start the second half.
Be 3rd and 22 from the 28-yard line. They're almost all the way back to where this drive started after Millspaugh's big kick return. From the 28. Halstead coming to the line of scrimmage. Farmer and Devine to the right. Cohen Corona to the left. Braxton Creed. 3-step drop to his right. Now he's feeling pressure. Here comes Josiah Monday. Creed still backpedaling, and he's going to throw it over in a flat where there is nobody home, and that should be intentional grounding against the Halstead quarterback.
Yeah, it should be. He never even left the pocket. Like, he stayed in the pocket the whole time and no receiver over here.
He was between the hash marks. You hear the term tackle box. It's basically the hash marks, and he just backpedaled straight, never went anywhere left or right, and it's going to be another big penalty against the Halstead offense. The flag lies back at the 45-yard line where he had retreated to. That's 17 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And also a loss of down.
So it'll be 4th. Fourth down in Santa Fe here coming up for Halstead. Jeez. They are all the way back to the 45-yard line. They have to go inside of the 10 to the 8 to keep this drive alive. Empty backfield. They'll quick kick it. Again, Braxton Creed, their quarterback, is their punter. And this one's going to put its right turn signal on and go out of bounds inside the 25-yard line on the far side. Boy, another big play there, and big series, I should say, by that Southeast of Saline defense. After they were put in a tough spot, they were able to keep Halstead away from scoring. Halstead momentarily got inside the red zone, but then they were turned away. Now Southeast of Saline will take over. They have 2 timeouts and 1:36 on the clock.
Yeah, and this defense really keeping them in it right here, putting them in tough spots really all night long after a few turnovers, but a great job right there. Now 2 timeouts, minute 36 left to go.
3 wide receivers on the right-hand side for Kerr. He wants to go quick screen out to Thaxton, and Thaxton's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. How aggressive do you want to be here, Russ, knowing you get the football to start the second half?
Knowing what I've witnessed the last 3 years, I think they're going to go pretty fast here and heavy and try to get 6 more points on.
Lost a couple of yards, maybe just a yard on that play. And that will take them back to the 23-yard line. Here's Kerr rolling out to the right, and a flag on this play as Kerr puts it over the head of Wyatt Boyd, and a flag in the Southeast of Saline backfield.
Yeah, it's going to be holding again, but Kerr's getting rid of the ball early. If you wait for that play to develop just a little bit longer, he went for Wyatt Boyd there. Cameron Whitty was running up the numbers, just absolutely wide open.
And probably trying to work the sideline to save those 2 timeouts, but sometimes when you have that big play waiting on you, you got to see it.
Yeah, if the play's there, you got to go. You got to go for it and go for it now.
Back to the 13 now, where it's 2nd down and 20. Southeast may go back to the running game here with Friesen, right hip of Daniel Kerr. No, they won't. Kerr wants to pass. Slip back screen to the right. Friesen has it. Comes across the 10, 15, gets away from a Dragon at the 20. Twists his way up to about the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for Southeast of Saline here on offense.
He had a very well-designed play call and great setup. The offensive line getting over here as it looks like Southeast is going to use one of their 2 timeouts here.
Friesen's first catch of the night, and the timeout here by Southeast of Saline leaves them with 1 remaining, 52 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Back with more of the first half after this on KINA.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We're a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here to round out the first half is Steve Fritz Field, southeast of Saline's campus. Been a busy place this week. Not only volleyball, who was victorious this week, but also some cross country. We'll talk to Wade Castleman coming up here at halftime. About 52 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. We'll also take a check at that Bennington State Bank scoreboard at the half as well. Southeast of Saline leads at 16-0. They have the football at their own 26-yard line. Still a lot of green in front of them with one timeout remaining. Most importantly, he's picking up a first down. It's 3rd and 8. Kerr looking to the left. He's going to pass it down the seam, and it's right off the hands of a southeast of Saline receiver. Thaxton was open at the 40.
Yeah, and he catches that. That's a first down. We'll stop the clock early, as it looks like maybe Southeast is going to bring on the punt unit that we really don't see very much.
This is, they punted 4 times against Rock Creek in week 1. We haven't seen Evan Watkins back there since. So we'll see if he can wake his leg up here. Millspaw standing back deep in between his own 35 and 40-yard lines. A little bit of heat. Watkins gets rid of it, though. Millspaw comes up to take the punt. Has to shed an early tackle there by southeast of Saline. And he is going to bring it into southeast territory at about the 48. So a nice job there by Joey Millspaw. He had a southeast of Saline Trojans, Malachi Hopkins, bearing down right on him.
Yeah, and I think, Evan Watkins doesn't punt a lot, but I think we need to take him to acting school a little bit. He got ran into pretty hard and just kind of gave it back to him on that play. And the White Hat had his hand on the flag ready to throw it, but he never went down.
Sometimes you got to finish the play, right?
That's right.
Whatever that means, you got to do that. 49 yards here in front of Halstead. They have no timeouts to use here in the first half as they start out at midfield. First down and 10. 3 wide receivers. That includes a wingback on the right-hand side. Braxton Creed wants to go that way. Here comes the heat. Gebhardt bearing down on him, and the ball sails over the head of Tucker Devine, incomplete. That'll stop the clock and bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 49. 31 seconds left to go. Stay tuned after we hit the break here for halftime. Before we go to break, we'll talk to head coach Mitch Gebhardt, get his thoughts on this first half. It's been the most challenging 2 quarters of football that Southeast has had so far, I think, this year. The Rock Creek game was right in there, but Southeast of Saline eventually wore the Mustangs down. 2nd down and 10. Dragon goes in motion from left to right. And now Braxton Creed goes straight ahead and will get 3 yards before he is corralled by Josiah Monday.
Great job reading the screen right there by the defensive line, backing off, especially Josiah Monday making that great tackle, and it looks like Halstead may be content with letting this clock run out.
They may be dropping the flag here, the white flag, and saying we're good for halftime as southeast of Saline looking to go into the locker room as they lead 16-0 in what has been a hard-fought battle so far. Again, stay tuned here. We'll check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard, have numbers from the first half, and also talk to Wade Castleman. But before we do all that, our chance to hear comments from head coach Mitch Gebhardt before he goes to the locker room here at the break.
Remember, everyone, we've got the sparklers coming out here.
Coach, 16-0, very physical first half. Your overall thoughts?
Yeah, it's a physical game. We thought it would be. Halstead's a good football game or football team, and they've just continued to get better.
Yeah, just unable to move the ball early on, turnover on downs. What do you look for in the second half from your offense?
Well, I think more consistent. We're not seeing some things, and we're not blocking some things up front that we have been. Part of it's Halstead. I mean, they're a good football team.
Yeah, your defensive line has really dominated once again. Those 3 guys up front. Not really much to change in the second half. Defense kind of keeping them away down the end zone.
Yeah, and I thought that, when they got a ball inside there, inside the 20 or whatever, I thought the kids did a good job of just hunkering down and playing good defense, and that's what we're going to have to do against these guys.
All right, Coach, good luck second half.
Thank you.
Mitch Gebhardt on the field. Thank you very much, Russ. Good job there. And we don't talk about defense a whole lot when it's a close game like this. But going to halftime, unofficially, I have Halstead with 23 yards of offense. That tells you right there how good this Trojan defense is playing. When we come back, we'll talk to Wade Castleman, Southeast of Saline cross country, and their big week here defending their home turf. We're at halftime of the contest here in the football game, 16-0. Southeast Saline over Halstead. Halftime is here, and it's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
1, 2, 3, 5. It's third down and 8 for the Trojans. They really need to make the right call here.
During the football game, it's crucial to make the right call. And in real estate, one call can bring a positive outcome from your real estate experience. Whether you're looking for real property, upsizing to make room for the family, downsizing, or acquiring investment property, call Winnell Garrettson at SalinaHomes.com.
What a call! Touchdown, Trojan!
Buy or sell, call Winnell.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap, stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Let's head back to the stadium for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at Steve Fritz Field, halftime of the football game. Southeast of Saline leading 16-0 over the Halstead Dragons. Time now to talk cross country for Southeast of Saline. We'll do that with Wade Castleman, the head coach of the cross country runners here at Trojan Land. And boy, you had a chance here to not only defend your home turf, but welcome in some good teams to your invitational this past week. Weather was kind of cloudy at times and just kind of seemed like it was a pretty good day to run as long as all that heavy rain held off. How'd your day go this week?
You know, it went really well. It was a little breezy, but it wasn't raining and it wasn't 105 degrees like it has been a few years. But no, the kids ran really well. You know, we were excited to get to run here on campus and had over 460 people come and compete on Tuesday. So it was a good day to show off what our kids have been working hard at all season long.
Yeah, this is an all-encompassing event, right? I mean, it is kids of all ages getting involved in events and helping out and chipping in, and it's so crazy how busy campus is that day. To add to that chaos, you had some volleyball going on in the gym, too, so it was a great day to be a Trojan on campus, wasn't it?
It really was. We started the day off at 2:45 when the teams were getting here. We had an elementary fun run, and we had over 200 kids participate in that.
Wow.
And then we started the junior high races, and we were going to try something a little different this year. We were going to combine, let the JVs run with the varsity, but we had 165 entries in the boys high school boys race. So we had to ended up splitting that out and had the JV boys run separate after all. But there was a lot of people on campus, and when I got ready to go home that night, you know, the parking lot was still full because volleyball was just finishing up, and there were people in the overflow parking.
Yeah, great day for the volleyball team as well. Let's talk about your squads able to defend that home turf and keep the trophy right here at home. Let's talk about the ladies first. How'd your girls do in their first place finish? Some individuals that did well.
Yeah, we tried something a little bit different this week. We wanted to see try and do some pack running, and what that does is we have our front people slow down just a little bit and try and pull our back people along. And you know, we might have had, if we wouldn't have done that, we might have had some people place a little further towards the front, but it did help bring our back people up, and our split between our first and our fifth runners, I think, was like 25 seconds. So
wow.
So it went really well for them that day. But Abby Comerford, she was our top finisher that day, and she was 8th. Anna Jackson was 10th. Brecken Alderson was 11th. Piper Brown was 12th. Callie Augustine 14th. Reagan Duran 16th, and Sadie Franklin 18th, and then Brooklyn Adams won the JV girls race division
good.
In that. So yeah,
on the guys' side, able to get the trophy in first place as well. Talk about some of your guys that have been running well and how they did on Tuesday.
Yeah, and we did the same thing with the boys. We wanted to try and get our 5th, 6th, and 7th runners a little closer to our front guys, so we had them pack it up. And so, you know, the Walker brothers and Levi and Jacob Bircher stayed back and, you know, pulled them back, and about a mile and a half into the race, they were probably in 8th or 10th place.
Yeah.
And then we turned them loose at a mile and a half to go, and they came in first, second, third, fourth with Braden, then Levi, Caden, and then Jacob, and then Ben Grierholtz was 13th. Isaiah Kerr was 31st.
Funny story I told you. I'm going to tell it on the air. I told you off air, but Brian Dennett, who gets live stream video for us during the football games, he came out to capture some video of the cross-country meet, and he said that when you guys kind of disappeared, you were mid-pack, and once you came up over the hill and he got another look at you, it was purple, 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 purple. So things are pretty good when that's going on.
It's hard to, get beat when you have people that when you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, that really helps a lot. So as long as your fifth runner isn't too far back. But we're coming along.
We talked to Mitch Gephardt a little bit about this, and it seems like we're having this conversation a lot here over the last few years. Football team's doing well, the volleyball team's doing well, cross country's doing well. It is a fun time right now to be a student here at Southeast, isn't it? And the parents and the fans are enjoying it probably more than anyone.
Oh, most definitely. And the volleyball team's building a positive culture, and Mitch has done a great job with the football program. And everybody, that I come across that isn't from around here asks, how do you do this year in and year out? And I just tell them it's a culture. The kids believe in what we're trying to accomplish, and they, buy in fully. And so it makes it fun to be a coach here at Southeast.
Absolutely. What's next for your runners?
Next week we go to Halstead, and it's a nice course. It's got some gentle rolling hills, not too bad. It's usually a pretty fast course, so that'll be a week from Thursday. But tomorrow I'm going to take the kids up to Lawrence to Rimrock to watch the Rimrock Invitational and sneak out on the course and let them run the course a little bit so they can see it, especially for our freshmen that haven't seen that course yet.
Yeah, always scouting, always knowing what's next, right? And what's around the corner.
You bet.
Wade Castleman, head coach of the Southeast of Saline cross country team. Thank you very much. Congratulations on your week, and we will talk to you soon. Right now in halftime of the football game, 16-0 Southeast of Saline. Couple of touchdowns for Daniel Kerr. We'll be back with first half stats. Also a check of the Bennington State Bank scoreboard when we come back. 16-0 Trojans here on KINA.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Does your free checking put more cash in your account? Does it give you free access to ATMs nationwide? If not, tap into super-powered free Kasasa Cash Banking Checking at the Bank of Tesket. Visit bankoftesket.com to learn more. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact the Bank of Tesket for details. Member FDIC.
We're growing your way. We're the Bank of Tesket.
Stardust Trophy Downtown Salina has all the cool football medals and trophies your team needs for its players when their practice session pays off in big wins. Choose from tons of trophy styles and customize it exactly as you want. Stardust Trophy even has special trophies just for fantasy football leagues. Just for fun, choose football bobblehead trophies. Got an autographed or special football? Show it off in a special acrylic showcase from Stardust Trophy. 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
Home Automotive Center in Abilene and Salina has been named Dealer Rater in 2023 for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. What's that mean? It means when you buy a vehicle at Home Automotive, you will receive the absolute best in service now for the 11th consecutive year in Abilene and the first for the new Salina location. Home Automotive just keeps exceeding your expectations because you are the number one priority, and that is just one reason why. When you shop at Home Automotive Center in Abilene and Salina, you're going to be glad you did.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime show. Time now to check the offensive numbers and the defensive numbers, really, for Southeast of Saline. The Trojan defense right now is playing great. Halstead just 4 of 8 passing the football. And out of those 4 completions, they've only been able to manage 11 yards. Their rushing game, not much better. 12 yards on the ground, 23 yards total for Halstead. Southeast of Saline with 2 takeaways. They've taken an interception and a fumble away from the Dragons. They've also sacked the Halstead quarterback twice, and 23 yards of offense for the Dragons. For Southeast of Saline, Daniel Kerr passing the football 9 of 13 in the first half for 93 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Kerr also the leading rusher in this game thus far. 13 carries, 60 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nathan Friesen has 8 carries for 26 yards. Cameron Whitty a couple of carries for 16 yards. Catching the football from Kerr, Tucker Thaxton, the leading receiver. 3 catches, 27 yards. 2 catches for Evan Watkins of 21 yards total. 16 yards apiece for Wyatt Boyd and Cameron Whitty on 2 catches, and Nathan Friesen has 1 catch for 13 yards. Total offense for Southeast of Saline, 102 rushing, 93 passing, a total of 195 yards of total offense. Southeast of Saline does have the 1 fumble when Daniel Kerr fumbled early on in this contest in the first quarter. All the points for Southeast of Saline came in the second quarter. 2 touchdowns by Kerr, a 2-point conversion by Kerr, and a 2-point conversion by Nathan Friesen. Those are your offensive numbers, brought to you by the Citizen State Bank in downtown Gypsum. You want to bank where the Trojans bank, and that's in beautiful downtown Gypsum at the Citizen State Bank. 60-second timeout, back with a check of your Bennington State Bank scoreboard and some scores from around the area. It's coming up here as halftime. Trojans lead at 16-0 on KINA.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
Salina Post and KINA, your home for all things Trojan. The Southeast of Saline Trojan sports stream live on the Salina Post, and you can always listen at 910 AM, 107.5 FM, or at 910KINA.com.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report as we go through, working our way to the start of the third quarter. And a check. I don't know if you have this one, Russ. I'll lead it off. If I do, I'm sorry if I stole your thunder. Sacred Heart right now at halftime, leading Belle Plaine. It's the first time this season Sacred Heart's played a team in their classification in Class 1A. And the Knights right now taking care of business at halftime. They lead Belle Plaine 26-0 at the Graves Sports Complex in Salina.
I did not have that one, so coming in clutch right there with an area school. Some of the other scores from around the state on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. We'll just start it off with this one. Andale continues to roll over Smoky Valley, 58-0 at the half. Last week's opponent, Minneapolis, playing one of the top 2 teams in the state in Class 2A, Sabetha up 21-0 on Minneapolis. Beloit and Russell, Beloit leads that one 24-6. 8-man El Saline and Bennington. El Saline up 36-0 on Bennington. Andover with a 13-7 lead on Salina Central. Mays with a 28-6 lead on Salina South. All these games at the half. This one kind of interesting. Marysville 10, Concordia 0 at the half. Cheney leads Pratt 28-0. You know, Pratt had that wild game with these Halstead Dragons last week. Clay Center rolling over Hiawatha 61-6. Clay Center is where the Southeast of Saline will travel next week. The Dickinson County rivalry, Abilene-Chapman, Abilene up 26-0 at the half. Hoisington playing Southwestern Heights 48-0 in favor of Hoisington. And as you mentioned, Sacred Heart up big 26-0 over Belle Plaine.
And I don't want to jinx them. It doesn't really matter if I do because there's nothing that's going to happen at the end of the season. The Royals have been hot lately, and right now they lead the Astros 4-2 in baseball. Does anybody care anymore? Or they won like 7 of their last 8, something like that.
I mean, you play the season out, keep winning.
That's all you got to do. Just win, baby.
Just got to go 1-0 every week.
Got to build that new stadium. Here at 16-0, Southeast of Saline leading over the Halstead Dragons. This has been a physical matchup. I think when you said that earlier, it was one of those things that Coach Gebhardt was a little filtered maybe in his comments. I think there's a lot of things in his head that he wants to improve on and do better. But, boy, you can't really ask much more of that defense, can you?
I don't think so. And when we kind of walked off, that was one of his comments he made to me after he said thanks for the interview. He said, man, our defense is playing good. I mean, your defense is keeping you in this game. Yeah, you got 16 points on the board from your offense, but all those created by the defense. And I think those front three, Deacon Bear, Brody Chambers, Josiah Monday, got to continue to wreak havoc on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's amazing how people on this defense that haven't had a lot of varsity time until this year are morphing into studs, right? I mean, Killian Vaughn, Deacon Bear, guys like that we're talking about. Bryson Lippold is in there. Evan Watkins is playing well on defense. And it's one of those things that you're like, okay, Josiah Monday's going to set the tone here in the middle, sometimes on the edge of this defensive line, and then everybody else is just going to go crazy around him. Also the defensive backs, though, are really playing well. You got to think, 2 new corners and a new safety this year for Southeast of Saline. They kind of had a trial by fire, but did not play bad at all against Rock Creek. Since then, now it just looks like passing plays are normal to them.
Yeah, and they set the tone. The first passing play of the game was intercepted. So you mentioned it right. It's really that defense as a whole. All 11 guys that are out on that field, regardless of who it is. You know, we saw last week when you get up big and the other guys come in, you know, they play great as well. You know, this team, they strive themselves on defense, and all their points are usually coming off of defensive stops, punts, turnovers. So I think that's big in the second half. This defense still has to continue to stand strong.
One of the big advantages Southeast of Saline has at home are products from Sage Selects. When you go to the bathroom, when you walk down the hall, there are indications everywhere that products from Sage Selects are in the buildings and around the locker rooms and restrooms. You can have those same janitorial quality products, whether it's soap, paper towels, rugs, whatever it may be. They even have stuff to just kind of make your room smell good, your house, and whatever you want to do. It's just air diffusers that just give it that right touch of smell. You can get all that stuff at SageSelects.com. They stock up everything here at Southeast of Saline and make sure the home field advantage stays intact for the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Southeast set to receive this kickoff here. About 30 seconds left to go before Halstead tees this one up and takes off. And this will be the first time we've seen the return coverage. You know, we don't see them a lot very often because they haven't given up a lot of points. So look for big things out of this special teams group, especially, you know, you got guys like you mentioned them, Evan Watkins, Bryson Lippold, that kind of lead this special teams group.
And we're going to have a little extra noise here in this third quarter, too, because it's mini cheerleader night.
Yeah, there is about 40 yards of kids under the age of 8 out there right now. It's good to see you get the youth involved to come out to these activities.
It's funny because when you compact them like that, the noise is louder when they're cheering. So
right.
That's one thing to look forward to here in this third quarter. Nathan Friesen, Cameron Whitty back deep. They're standing at their 20 and 15-yard lines, respectively, waiting on the kick from Carlos Martinez. And the Halstead Dragons, he's going to angle it off to the right-hand side, and it is stabbed and stopped at the 42-yard line by Bryson Lippold. There he is now on special teams. He might have saved 20-some yards for Southeast of Saline on that kick return stop.
And a great job by Bryson right there, and we just talked about him, you know, leading this special teams group.
1st and 10 for Southeast of Saline. They're going to start out here at their own 42-yard line. Good field position for the Trojans as they look to protect their 16-0 lead. A slot back and now 3 wide receivers on the right-hand side. This play will be blown dead. Nathan Friesen was coming around on the jet sweep, and an illegal procedure penalty will be whistled here against Southeast of Saline. That will back him up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, just unable to catch a break here on the start of drives. This is not the first time they've been put in first down and past the yardage stick. So see if they can get a sustained drive together. We saw that 13-play drive there in the second quarter, the end of the first to the second. See if they can put one of those together to start the second half.
1st and 15, trip wide receivers, 3 of them on the right-hand side. Kerr wants to roll that way, and he's going to throw one in the dirt in front of Cameron Whitty. That will be incomplete. 9 of 14 now throwing the football for Kerr. Bring up second down and 15. Does anything get the cell phone cameras out of the pockets faster than mini cheerleader night?
No, I don't think so, because there's just flashes going off all over the place right now. And unfortunately, it's not for the offense of Southeast of Saline, who has really, really struggled tonight.
Second down and 15 after the penalty and the incomplete pass on first down. Kerr looking out for a speed. Catch it on the curl, get upfield for about another 5 or 6 yards as he's ran out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Good pitch and catch there to pick up a chunk of yardage. It's a 9-yard gain. Kerr to Whitty. Cameron has 3 catches so far tonight for 25 yards.
We haven't seen him take that deep shot. You've seen Tucker Thaxton, last week, a couple weeks ago, having deep catches, 70-plus yards. Maybe they're trying to set something up with all these underneath routes.
5 wide receivers, 3 of them to the left. That's the long side of the field. Friesen in motion. He'll take the handoff, has an alley, but then he's stabbed at the ankles and brought down by Halstead's defense. Good play there by the Dragons as they were able to bring him down. Braxton Creed in on the tackle, and it's 4th and 2 now for Southeast of Saline. That was a gain of 6 by Friesen, but it could have been a lot more.
Yeah, Braxton Creed came up from his safety spot to make that tackle, so now you're going to get put in a 4th down and about 2.5 yards to go and see what Southeast can draw up right here.
Nose of the football at midfield, setting at the 50-yard line. 4th down here for Southeast. Option play to the right, pitch by Kerr to Friesen, and he is stopped short. Got back to the line of scrimmage and no more, and that's the 3rd turnover on downs that Southeast of Saline has had here in this game. Halstead's defense stands tall, and they'll take it back for the Dragons.
And we're sitting at 16-0 with Southeast Saline on top, but really Halstead's defense has played extremely well as well. We talk about the front 3 for Southeast up front on the defense, but these front 3 to 4 guys for Halstead are playing really, really well.
I think there's a football team in Junction City this year again. The Blue Jays lead Bishop Carroll at halftime 27-0.
Wow.
Manhattan also very good right down the road. 1st down and 10 here for Halstead. The Dragons hand it off inside to Kraus, and he is going to be stopped for a loss of a yard.
Josiah Monday, the first one through once again, just hat on a hat. Just wins the battle up front, then allowed Deacon Bear and Brody Chambers to slide over and assist with the tackle.
2nd down and 11, a loss of a yard there on 1st down for Halstead. 10-17 left to go. We're just underway 3rd quarter. Glad you could join us once again for Southeast football here on KINA and also live stream video at SalinaPost.com. 3 games tonight with live stream video. Here is Millspaw, driven into the backfield, gets away from a Southeast tackler, but then he's taken down by Bryson Lippold. Get used to this name and get used to that 48 jersey in the backfield. Millspaw got away from the first Trojan, which I believe was Josiah Monday, and then Millspaw came sprinting in there along with Grady Gebhardt. Wyatt Boyd also in the area.
Yeah, and have yourself a game. Bryson Lippold, just a phenomenal job of reading that play. He saw it, the sweep, and then he saw the Millspaw kind of turn around as Josiah was there, took the perfect angle, and just a picture-perfect tackle right there on Millspaw.
Loss of 7 on the play will drive Halstead back to their own 42-yard line. It is 3rd down and 18. Creed back to pass, under pressure, nearly has it intercepted. And again, it is Bryson Lippold in coverage that time with Joey Millspaw. Got there with the receiver right when the football was there and knocked it away for an incompletion.
And this is one of them young men we talked about that hadn't seen a lot of varsity time until this year coming in. Just a sophomore and outstanding read right there.
He is part of that talented sophomore class. This may be a quick kick now on 4th and long for Halstead. Lippold nearly got to the punt and blocked it. The return is on, though, and Daniel Kerr is going to take it off the bounce back to the 6. He'll turn around now, come back to the 10, 15, looking for blockers. He has a wall forming out in front. 20, 25, gets away from a Dragon at the 30, sidestep at the 35, and all the way up to the 37-yard line. Put your hands together for Daniel Kerr. He saved maybe what could have been really bad field position for Southeast of Saline and got about 32 yards out of that return.
Yeah, that ball was set to die inside the 5-yard line on that last bounce, and he scooped it up, made one guy miss, and then kind of had a train out in front of guys blocking for him, and just a great job to get upfield and negating inside your own 5.
I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way right now. That's our smart insurance, smart play of the game. First down and 10. Southeast, end around. Whitty has 2 blockers out in front of him. Cameron Whitty, full speed for a first down. He picks up 12. Cameron Whitty out to the 48-yard line.
And Southeast looking to go quick here right now. Is Whitty able to turn the corner on the outside? Great job blocking by the far wide receivers as they're going to go 5 wide out here.
3 to the right, 2 to the left. Kerr rolls out to the right, has a blocker in front with Weller pulling. He dumps it off to Watkins, who comes across the 50 for a gain of 3.
Yeah, and a great tackle by Joey Millspaw there coming up, because Watkins had blockers down the field set up for him. So a great job by Millspaw to come up from his safety position and make that tackle.
3rd catch by Evan Watkins tonight. Shotgun formation again from the 50. Quick pitch out to Whitty. Whitty has 2 Dragons, take him down at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Tempo again here by Southeast of Saline as they're starting to take chunk plays.
Yeah, and take what the defense is going to give you. They're giving you them 5-6 yard catches.
From the 40, first down and 10. Grady Gebhardt in motion. He's going to fake the handoff from Kerr. Kerr is going to be stabbed at the ankles and crawls ahead for 1 yard.
Yeah, they're going to mark that down right there. Zatanna Oh, you're going to tell me with Chavrin with a great play right there.
At the 40-yard line, second down and 10. Knee-high snap for Kerr. He screens it out to Gebhardt. Gebhardt in a big collision, spins and gets 5 more after the first contact. He is escorted out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A close to a first down play. He got 10, and they're going to move the chains, it appears.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to move the chains. Nose of the football across the 30 of Southeast now, looking to go really quick. Chains aren't even set.
First catch of the game by Grady Gebhardt for 10 yards. 3 wide receivers left. Kerr rolling that way. Has Cameron Whitty inside the 20. 15 down to the 12. 17 yards on the 5th completion already of the 3rd quarter. Cameron Whitty is blowing up.
Yeah, it's just those quick out routes. Clear them out, run a guy underneath, wide open.
From the 12, in the Case IH Red Zone. Brought to you by Can-Equip. Here's the fake to Gebhardt. Kerr again skipping around, dodging Dragons. Will plunge ahead to about the 9-yard line on a gain of 3.
And what I see right now from Halstead is what I seen from Rock Creek in week 1. Just wearing down, a lot of hands on the hips, heavy breathing going on.
Second down and 7. Ball sitting on the 12. Southeast of Saline looking to punch that door down. Josiah Monday comes out of the game. He's being rotated in as we start to see a heavy rotation here in week number 4 of that offensive line, keeping the Trojans fresh up front. Here's the end around. Cameron Whitty looking for a crease. He is contacted hard. Ball comes out. Halstead has it. Second fumble of the game. Halstead will have it at the 13-yard line as Southeast of Saline coughs it up on second down.
Yeah, and a 7-play drive. String together and go quick right there. Just unfortunate, not able to hold on to the football, giving it back to Halstead, putting your defense back out on the field.
So when we check our Vanderbilt's turnover board, that's the second turnover for Southeast of Saline. Halstead also has 2 turnovers. They have an interception and a fumble in this game. Big hit there by the Dragons. Got the football out of Cameron Whitty's hands. Halstead will take over at their own 13-yard line. First down and 10, 6:55 left to go. We're about halfway through the 3rd quarter. Trojans lead at 16-0. Here's Creed. Play action. Back in his own end zone. Being chased. He gets rid of it, and it's dropped. A ball behind his intended receiver, Owen Farmer, comes up incomplete.
Yeah, didn't have time to set his feet. Deacon Bear put a move on the center right there and just got right by him, and he had to run for his life. And Deacon able to get one hand on him, just unable to bring him down.
Second down and 10. Halstead trying to drive it away from their own end zone. Football sitting at the 13.
Another update from the Bennington State Bank scoreboard real quick. Rock Creek 28, Silver Lake 21.
Wow. Okay. Here's Millspaw on the end around, and he is going to crumble down after a gain of 1. Maybe lost his footing, but also saw Josiah Monday and Grady Gebhardt there to call on him.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, sorry, Devin, how that's not a hold. Deacon Bear got right through there and read it perfectly, and that guy just came clean from behind him and tackled him as he was trying to make the play.
3rd down and 9 now for Halstead after the Dragons get 1 yard. They're on 2nd and 10. Halstead wearing all white. 3rd down and 9. Kraus in the backfield along with Braxton Creed. Creed a little pump fake. Now he has to get away from pressure. Trojans chasing him. He dumps it off in the middle of the field. And this is going to be caught by Cohen Corona for a 1st down. Corona in the middle of the field kind of plays that wild spot there for Halstead. Sometimes he's a receiver. Sometimes he's a tight end. Lining up in there at the Y. And he's out to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 9. I'm calling it a 1st down, but I don't know if it is.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to stop and bring out the measurement. Once again, pressure by the 3 up front, just unable to bring him down. They kind of went on an inside blitz in the A and B gap, and he rolled out to the outside and was able to set his feet.
I go back to what I said towards the end of the 2nd quarter. Tucker Devine is the leading receiver on this Halstead team. He doesn't have a catch right now. He comes into this game. He's a big play receiver, has just 5 catches, but 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. And it is a 1st down for the Halstead Dragons, so they keep this drive alive as the football will be put down here at the 23-yard line. 6:02 left to go, 16-0, southeast of Saline, 1st district game. We'll step out of district next week and move up a classification into Class 3A and pay a visit to what looks to be the undefeated 4-0 Clay Center Tigers. In a lot of polls, they are ranked 2nd in Class 3A, right behind the Andale Indians. Here is a give to Keegan Kraus, and Kraus might have had a big play there, but his feet came out from underneath him, or he tripped over somebody, and he is brought down short of the 30 at the 29. It's a gain of 6.
And Brody Chambers, Deacon Bear, were up there so fast that they had the quarterback in the grasp, and he was able to just get that handoff.
2nd down and 5. For the Dragons. Under center this time is Creed. He's going to turn around and give it to Kraus. Kraus is off a couple of Trojan players, being treated like a pinball. And then finally, the play is stopped as purple jerseys all over the body of Keegan Kraus that time for no gain on the play.
And the first one there, big 75, Brody Chambers just meeting him, knocking him backwards about 3 yards, and then letting the rest of the comrades come over and make the stop.
Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 here for the Halstead Dragons. Inside 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Mind you, the Scoreboard Show coming up tonight on KINA and every Friday night from 10 until 11 o'clock. Here's scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas. It's a full hour of that, brought to you by Home Automotive Centers in Abilene and Salina Surgical Hospital. 3rd down and 5, and a timeout taken here by the Halstead sideline. Head coach Derek Reset wants to talk about it. It's their first timeout of the 2nd half. That'll leave with 2 remaining as we step away. Trojans lead at 16-0 here on KINA.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
Back here at the Fritz on campus of Southeast of Saline's schools. Devin Haney along with Russ Kossel, Brian Dennon providing live stream video on SalinaPost.com. Of this contest, a pivotal very first district game. You always want to enter districts not only with a 1-0 record, but get as many points as you can, right?
Yeah, you want to get to that plus 21, that magic number, to really set the tone for your last 4 district games.
This district coming in, other than Lions, really kind of anybody's show right now. Southeast came in 3-0. Ellsworth 3-0. Halstead and Hillsboro both 2-1 coming into district play tonight. 2 receivers on the right-hand side. Here is Braxton Creed backpedaling, And a play that's broken up over there on the left-hand side. It is Tucker Thaxton coming in. The receiver waiting on the football to show up into his hands. And as he was waiting, Tucker Devine was blasted in the back with Tucker Thaxton's contact, and the ball falls down incomplete.
Yeah, and a great read by Tucker Thaxton coming up. He was deep in coverage, saw an underneath receiver come, planted that foot, timed it just right, and was able to break that play up. Also, Grady Gebhardt with great coverage underneath at his linebacker position on a leaking through running back.
4th down now for Halstead. 4th and 4. Remember, they can quick kick it out of this formation. It looks like that's what's going to happen here as Creed takes a couple of steps back and he shanks one. Look out, many cheerleaders. That ball coming over almost to the edge of the track. And Braxton Creed just had one go off the side of his foot and has given Southeast of Saline good field position here as they will start out at the Halstead 47-yard line. Net of that punt, 18 yards.
Yeah, and I think best case scenario right there, we've seen him spread it out and kick it out of that about every time, and that time just going off the side of his foot. Really not too much wind down on the field. Flag still kind of standing still, probably about 5 miles an hour. Just shanked that one out of bounds.
It's breezy up here, though. It's kind of weird. It's almost like this wind's coming southeasterly.
Yeah.
Very rarely do we get a breeze inside this press box, but that's what we have here tonight. Here's Daniel Kerr on the right-hand side. He is going to drag a dragon out to the 10-yard mark and near a Trojan first down on the first play of the drive. They're going to move the chains and give Kerr 10.
Yeah, and every yard that Daniel Kerr's had tonight has been earned. You know, there hasn't been much lanes given to him as the defenses really have been playing pretty well for Halstead. So great run right there by Daniel Kerr.
To the 37 in Dragon territory. 3 wide receivers stacked on the left. They're going to give it to Friesen. He heads that way, but then he is chopped down for a loss of 2.
It looked like Evan Watkins had a little miscommunication on what that play was. He was kind of running out like it was going to be a quick pass and just kind of missed the block right there.
So that'll move the football back near the 40-yard line. Call it the 39. 2nd down and 12. 3 wide receivers again on the left. Carroll head and shoulder fake that way, and then he'll run up the middle. And then he has big collisions again after a gain of 4. A lot of hitting going on in the middle of the field tonight. It doesn't matter what defense is out there.
It looked like that was Brady Hill coming up from his middle linebacker spot. Brady Hill, big guy, 6'2", 176 pounds.
3rd and 9. Southeast of Saline looking to get some yardage here as Kerr plays it in the middle of the field. Out to the right-hand sideline goes Whitty, and he's brought down at the 20. What a play there. Kerr to Cameron Whitty, and a flag in the middle of the field.
Assuming it's probably another hold on Southeast Saline. It seems about every pass play there's been some sort of hold on the far side that really wouldn't gated the play anyway.
So this will back Southeast of Saline up after the holding penalty to the 46-yard line, where it will remain 3rd down. Be about 3rd and 16, I believe.
3rd down for Trojan.
So really you kind of put yourself mentally back into 4-down territory here as Kerr empties the backfield and has receivers over on the left. Here's the pitch out to Watkins, and they're only going to get about 4 on this play.
Now you're kind of in that gray area, right? I mean, usually we'd see them go for it as it looks like they're going to bring the punt team on, but I think that's the right call in the situation of where you're at right now on the field.
2:35 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Football sitting at the 43-yard line, 43-yard line. Evan Watkins on to kick it to Joey Millspaw, who is standing with his heels at his own 10-yard line. Good snap back to Watkins. He's going to angle it to the right. Look at the spiral on that football. It's going to drive Millspaw back to the 9. He jab steps to the middle, now tries to stretch it out left, and he only gets 6 yards on the return. Great coverage that time by Southeast of Saline as they storm down the field. Trayton Olson with the tackle on the play. He made first contact.
And Trayton Olson, the long snapper, getting down the field fast. Also, Malachi Hopkins as the back on the outside kind of jammed up that play. A good job by Malachi not to run around and run past the returner, and then Trayton Olson coming down the field with his hair on fire with a great tackle.
So the curse of poor field position continues against Halstead here. Southeast doing a good job playing field position here in this low-scoring contest. Halstead has it as they come out from their own 16-yard line. Millspaw tries to pick a hole. He picked the wrong one that Josiah Monday was standing in, and Monday's going to be down on the play. Millspaw bounced off of him and still ended up getting positive yardage on the play. He's going to get about 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, that was a big pop right there, and it looked like, Josiah was wrapping up to tackle, and then he just kind of went down. See him working his shoulder out, waving I don't need nobody to come in for me. Good luck getting him off the field.
He's not coming out, is he? Millspaw moved it out to the 21-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Here's the give on the inside handoff. Owen Farmer, and then he is chopped down by Josiah Monday, who seems to be just fine. Daniel Kerr wrapped him up around the ankles as he came around. 3rd and short coming up now after the 2-yard gain by Owen Farmer.
And a good read by Daniel Kerr coming up. Noticed the run, filled that open hole fast, and Josiah coming from his left end position all the way down the line of scrimmage to make the tackle.
3rd and 3 for Halstead. They're at their own 23-yard line. Millspaw goes in motion. They sneak it in, though, to Keegan Krause, and Krause is going to bang his way up to the 29-yard line and get a dragging first down after a gain of 6.
We haven't seen Keegan Krause a lot tonight, maybe his 4th carry on the night, but his yards are earned hard.
He came in for Braden Logan, who went out of the game injured, who was the starting tailback. Logan got injured playing defense. Nose of the football sitting at the 30-yard line. New set of downs here for Halstead as we are inside the last minute of the 3rd quarter. Creed wants to pass. Over the middle of the field, Millspaw has it. He shakes a tackle and gets 10 yards on the play before he's taken down by Cameron Whitty.
Now Halstead just kind of taking what Southeast is giving them, that middle of the field, 5 to 10 yards down, just sitting down in the opening of that, almost like a cover 2 defense.
39 seconds left here in the 3rd. That will stop the clock to move the chains. 16-0 still, Southeast of Saline leading. They got both those touchdowns and 2-point conversions in the 2nd quarter. From the 40. Here's the give to Farmer. He's trying to stretch out the Southeast defense, and he does. Gets through a hole and then brought down after a gain of 10 by Grady Gebhardt. That may be the last play of the 3rd quarter. We'll have to see here. 14 seconds on the clock, and they have to set the chains. Farmer gets up, and then he goes back down after he limped, trying to get back to the huddle, and we will have an injury timeout. And Owen Farmer will get the attention of the trainers on the sideline. Brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Yeah, and on that play, Cameron Whitty read that perfect. He came up and once again absolutely got tackled from behind and buried, and the coaching staff over here seen it, asking what it was, and the official just kind of waving him off. But it's the 2nd time we've seen Cameron Whitty come up from the far side.
Ball sitting at the 50-yard line. They're attending to Owen Farmer. 16-0 here, Southeast of Saline. Live video coverage on Salina Post tonight, brought to you by the Bank of Tesket. We'll do it all again next week, only we will have to leave the friendly confines of SES and go on the road into NCKL country in a brand new football stadium that houses the Clay Center Tigers, who are off to a wonderful start in 2023.
Yeah, had a great battle last week with the Abilene Cowboys. And Abilene tied at the half, but just unable to kind of finish the game.
Owen Farmer popped up, started running off the field, and his head coach, Derek Reset, horse-collared him and said, whoa, we're going to take our time here, bud.
Yeah, you can't go back in right now anyway. You got to sit out at least one play, and if they get this play off, because the clock should start on the officials ready.
14 seconds here. Let's see if Halstead can get a play off, as the clock will not start until the official gives the signal to the box here. Ball sitting right on the 50-yard line. Halstead looks like they're ready to go. One more play here in the 3rd. See if Southeast defense is ready to go. Braxton Creed with the snap, wants to sweep to the right-hand side, and he's going to lose a yard. Josiah Monday along with Grady Gebhardt over there, and that will do it for the third quarter of action as Braxton Creed loses one. And when we come back, it'll be 2nd down and 11 at midfield for the Halstead Dragons. 16-0 our score at the end of 3. Southeast of Saline football is presented by the Bank of Tuscan.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
It is 3rd down and 8 for the Trojans. They really need to make the right call here.
During the football game, it's crucial to make the right call. And in real estate, one call can bring a positive outcome from your real estate experience. Whether you're looking for rural property, upsizing to make room for the family, downsizing, or acquiring investment property, call Winnell Garrettson at SalinaHomes.com.
What a call! Touchdown, Trojan!
Buy or sell, call Winnell.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
Flipped the field for the fourth quarter, managed to go just 2 yards from 149 to the other 49. 2nd down and 11. Halstead with the football. Southeast of Saline with the lead, 16-0. Braxton Creed takes the snap, backpedaling, trying to slip a screen. He does so to Joey Millspaw, who comes back across the line of scrimmage, gets to the original line of scrimmage and gains 1 yard. It's a gain of 3 and 3rd down and 9. Boy, I'm with you, Russ. It just looks like there's somebody in a white jersey that's moving too early every single play.
Yeah, and it almost is the quarterback's kind of falling backwards too at the start. But go back to that play. Nathan Friesen with an excellent read on that screen to run down the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 9 for Halstead. Creed looking left the whole way. He'll unload it and bounces it right in front of his intended receiver, incomplete, and it's 4th down. Wind starting to pick up here at the Fritz.
Yeah, the flag now starting to stand out. Looks like it is coming out of the southeast almost. And that unfortunate pass right there, because if he gets that to the receiver, it's one-on-one with him and Cameron Whitty to get to the 1st down.
Salina Central's on the comeback trail at the end of the third quarter as we check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. They head to the 4th, leading over Andover 14-13. Mustangs up by 1. 4th down and 9 here for Halstead. They are operating from the southeast 49-yard line. They need 9 yards to move the chains. Creed empties the backfield, has a couple of slot backs, and he's going to punt it on a delay. Nobody back for Southeast of Saline, so there's no return on, and this ball is going to die inside of the 20-yard line at about the 17. Boy, it took a long time for him to do that. Maybe an option play where he could have seen where the coverage was lined up for Southeast and maybe throw it, just guessing there. But a quick kick that puts Southeast back at their own 17-yard line. Becomes your money drive if you're the Trojans, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're exactly right. You got to put a sustained drive together, kill some time off the clock, but more importantly, cash in on the end of a drive.
11:19 left to go. Trojans leading at 16-0. Give to Friesen. Little counter step. He started out up the middle, slid to the right, and Nathan Friesen will get 3 yards on the play.
Just once again, that running up the middle. There really hasn't been anything there for either team up the middle. Had more success on the jet sweep style and quick passes.
2nd down and 7 from the 20. Knee-high snap. Kerr pitches it out to Tucker Thaxton out here on the edge. Thaxton slips a tackle, still running past the 30 and brought down at the 34-yard line. A quick 14 yards. Kerr to Thaxton.
And Thaxton field awareness is like none other. He knows exactly where he's at on the field at all times, knows how far he's got to get out of bounds or stay in.
34-yard line. 1st down for Southeast of Saline. Gebhardt and Kerr arguing over the pigskin as it was an option play. Kerr wanting to pull it out. Gebhardt wanting to stretch it to the right-hand side. Kerr keeps it, goes ahead for 4.
Yeah, and you don't think number 30 wants the ball in his hands as we've seen him run.
Doesn't have a carry yet tonight. Grady lines up directly behind. Actually, that's Friesen back in there. Gebhardt over split out in a cluster of 3 wide receivers. Screen again to Thaxton. Gebhardt turns into a lead blocker. So does Evan Watkins. And Thaxton brings it across the 45 for a first down. Gain of 6 on the play on the screen.
And once again, great blocking by the receivers out here. Evan Watkins, Grady Gebhardt engaging just long enough to allow Thaxton to get up for the first down.
Ball at the 45-yard line. Southeast, first down and 10. Daniel Kerr turns around and asks Nathan Friesen to get the tape off his right hand, but Friesen does not make any headway with it. It just gets worse. Play clock down to 7. We'll hand it off to Friesen. Nathan gets through the first line into the second level, and the last line of defense is able to take him down. Noah Deal was there to make the tackle at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15 and the biggest carry of the night for Nate Friesen.
And a great job pulling on the far side by Kendall Minimum, coming around from the far right tackle spot, leading that way and creating that crease right at the line of scrimmage.
Again, we continue to see guys rotating through on this offensive line. Right now at right guard, it's Trayton Olson. Drew Weller also in there. Here's the counter play. Starts out left, ends up right. Friesen with it. Gain of 5. Puts his head down. Looks for more and gets 7 on the play.
And that's one thing about the ball carriers, whether it's Friesen, Gebhardt, Kerr, any of them. They try to stretch it as far as they can to the outside and use the speed. But when they know they're going to run out of real estate, they just plant that outside foot, welcome the contact, and get that extra 2 or 3 yards.
Abilene leading Chapman 26-0 in the third. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Kerr rolling out, Friesen out in front blocking, and a pass and a diving catch that's going to be collected in by Grady Gebhardt. So Gebhardt dives for the football and brings it in. Friesen coming out of the game. It's like he may not be feeling well.
Yeah, and on that last tackle, on that last run he had, he kind of took a shot, a helmet into the stomach area.
First down and 10 for Southeast of Saline. They have driven this football all the way to the Halstead 23-yard line as they knock on the red zone door once again. Fake to Gebhardt. Kerr wants to pass. He goes deep. Back of the end zone. Thaxton up and high points the ball and brings it down. Tucker Thaxton rising up for a 6th catch of the night. And it's a touchdown in the back corner of the end zone for Southeast of Saline. 23 yards. Kerr to Thaxton.
You've been waiting for it. Been waiting for that shot. You know, it's only 20 yards a little bit, but a great thrown ball, knowing that Tucker Thaxton is smart enough to time his jump, high point the football, giving up 4 or 5 inches on the defender, and goes up, high points it, and comes down.
Here's Kerr now rolling out. Wants Thaxton again in the back of the end zone, and this time he has him for a 2-point conversion. Kerr to Thaxton, times 2 equals 8 points for Southeast of Saline. Trojans with 8:14 left to go in the football game, lead at 24-0 here on KINA.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan sports program.
You're listening to Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Well, we talked about this being the money drive when Southeast of Saline got the football, and that's exactly what it was. As the Trojans go 8 plays, 83 yards. They took that drive over at the 17-yard line. 8 plays, 83 yards. Daniel Kerr to Tucker Thaxton on a 23-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion was the same. Kerr to Thaxton, now a 24-0 spread. That's your Marshall Motors scoring drive of the game. Here's Wyatt Boyd kicking it off. It's going to be taken in at the 30-yard line, and a 5-yard return before Southeast is there to make the arrest on the Halstead returner, Killian Vaughn, in on the tackle for Southeast.
And that's another one of them young guys who's leading this special teams. Overall tonight, a great job on special teams. We've seen a lot of punt returns, Halstead punting a lot. With that quick punch, you don't really get a setup, a return, but Daniel Kerr saving that one in the first half that would have been inside the 5-yard line.
Halstead will take over here. Dragons have it at their own 35-yard line. First down and 10, 24-0. Southeast of Saline leads it now. Again, a receiver on the right side. Looked like he left early. Pass in the middle of the field, intended for Keegan Krause. And Killian Vaughn there to break it up and swat it away. Incomplete.
Yeah, they're not leaving by a lot, but they're leaning. It's the leaning motion, not necessarily taking off. And some of them guys, Brody Chambers, Josiah Monday on the outside, are keying off of when the tackles move.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Halstead's Tucker Devine comes to the right-hand side. 2 wing backs and a receiver to the left. Here's the pitch out to one of the wing backs, sweeping off the left-hand side. This is going to be Breeson Bigley, and Bigley is going to be taken down for a loss. Brody Chambers in there on the tackle. That's going to lose 4 yards for the Dragons.
Yeah, Cameron Whitty actually there first with the initial hit. Brody came over and cleaned it up, but a great job by Cameron Whitty planting that foot and getting upfield and shedding his blocker.
Actually, I apologize. They said he's back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Third down and 10.
Into the third quarter, Ellsworth up 35-8 over Hillsboro.
District game there, so looks like Ellsworth's going to move to 1-0 in district play and get max points. Third down and 10 here for the Dragons. Halstead will hand it off on the inside, and Josiah Monday and company ready for that one as they make the tackle. Also in there, Deacon Bear for Southeast of Saline. Gain of 2 on the play.
7 minutes to go in this game, and you're down 24-0, and you're just running simple draw plays right up the middle of the field.
Well, they're 3 of 8 passing the football here in the second half for a total of 22 yards.
Fair enough.
Fourth down, 4th and 8. Line of scrimmage at the 36. Creed back to pass. He's going to fling one up. Left-hand side has a guy out in front. It's going to be complete to Millspaw. He's dragging Kerr inside the 20 and brought down at the 16-yard line. Big play there from Halstead. We talked before the game about the passing game of this team. In the first 3 games, they have set a pattern where when they throw, it is deep shots like that, and they got it.
Yeah, and that was a great thrown ball by Braxton Creed, letting Millspaw run right underneath of it. Just Daniel Kerr unable to reel him back in.
Ball sitting at the 16-yard line. Here's the handoff now to Millspaw, and he's going to sidestep his way, get inside the 15, and flirt with the 10.
Probably the best pickup on first down, at least in this second half for Halstead, not sitting at second and plus the change. So a good job right there by Halstead to run that one up the middle as it looked like it was clogged up in the backfield.
A big play went for 48 yards. That last play by Millspaw picked up 4. Down in 6. Here's Creed curling around, trying to find some space. He'll get a couple on the play. Josiah Monday and also Brody Chambers in there on the tackle. Third down and 3.
Yeah, and see if this defense can get a big stand right here deep down inside of their own territory.
5.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline leads it 24-0. Third down and 3. Ball sitting at the 9 for the Dragons. Two wide receivers come to the right, one to the left. 2 running backs close by for Braxton Creed. He wants to stretch it out to the left, trying the Southeast defense, and that does not pay off. Short loss on the play will bring up 4th down and 5.
Great job by Josiah Monday on the outside, stretching that one out and allowing it to just go lateral and not get up and down the field.
So 4th down coming up, 4th down and 5. Clock running, 4:39 left to go here in the game. Southeast of Saline trying to preserve their shutout here. At the 11-yard line. 4th and 5 coming up here for Halstead. 2 receivers to the right. Creed looking that way. Hit it as he throws and he drops the football. A fumble on the play. Halstead might have recovered it, but it's going to cost him about 8 yards. All the way back. And a turnover on downs on 4th down with the blitz. Josiah Monday.
Yeah, once again, them front three absolutely nowhere to go. No time for the quarterback as he has to scramble out to the right. And Josiah Monday with that makeup speed laying a vicious hit on the quarterback.
Southeast will take over at their own 19-yard line. 4:16 left to go. They keep that big old goose egg up there on the scoreboard for Halstead. This is a team that has averaged 38 points a game. Here's Friesen stretching it out to the left. No gain on the play. Nice job there by the Dragons of Halstead.
Yeah, it looked like Owen Farmer coming up in on that tackle, as well as Brady Hill.
This offense for Halstead ranked 11th in the state of total offense when it comes to yards. Tonight, they have struggled against what may be forming into as one of the state's very best defenses. 3 wide receivers on the left. 3:40 left to go as Daniel Kerr shifts this offense back into a low gear and clock melting mode. Kerr with it, looks to the left, screen play Thaxton, who comes back to the football, breaks out of a tackle, still tight rope on the sidelines, and a whistle. But you're just holding your breath, right, waiting for him to break away, and no whistle on the play, but nobody was ever able to bring Tucker down, but the whistle did blow as he came out to the 27-yard line on a gain of 8.
Yeah, and bring up 3rd and manageable there. Tucker doing a great job tight roping the sideline, just one little nick on the shoulder pad, and he couldn't keep his balance in the field of play.
3rd down and 2 coming up here for Southeast of Saline. Football setting at the 27-yard line. Again, melting that play clock down. It's at 5. Kerr will snap it. Fake it to Gebhardt. Now here comes Daniel Kerr. Cuts it back, finds a crease, and he's brought down at the 36. Gain of 9 when they needed it by Daniel Kerr.
And Tucker Thaxton with a good kick-out block right there. And Kerr heads up knowing I can't go to the outside because that's where Tucker's pushing his guy out. Planted that left foot, turned it back upfield to get that 1st down.
3:12 left to go. That moves the football out to the 36-yard line, and they can melt 25 more seconds off of this clock. Stay tuned with us in post-game. We'll have comments from Mitch Gebhardt. We will also have our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game. We'll also check final stats for you and a couple of scores of interest on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. It's all coming up at the conclusion of this game. 1st down and 10. Here's the give to Grady Gebhardt. Little shake and bake as he approaches the line of scrimmage, and he's going to plunge ahead for a gain of 5 out to the 41. Grady's first carry of the night. Has a couple of catches in the receiving game, but that's his first carry, and now a timeout will be called by Halstead. They have just 1 remaining here in the second half as we step away. We'll be back and conclude this game. 2:36 left to go. It's the Trojans up by 24 here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
You are listening to Southeast Trojan Football on KINA Sports.
Back here at Steve Fritz Field on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School. 2:36 left to go here in this one. 24-0. Southeast of Saline leading. A Halstead team that put 42 points on the board against a 3A Pratt school last week.
All in the second half.
Here's the give of the stretch play to the right-hand side. Grady Gebhardt looking for some space. Gets away from a Dragon. Bounces off another. Still trying to surge ahead. And he's going to be 1 yard shy of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and short after the 5-yard carry by Grady Gebhardt.
And absorbed that first hit. kind of spun around, shook it off, and then ran into two of his own guys trying to get the first down.
Well, remember against Rock Creek, he should have had his button pushed on a big hit by one of the linebackers. Just bounced off of him like nothing ever happened. And another timeout here for Halstead. We will keep it right here. A chance for us to catch you up to date on some scores going on across the area with the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. And how about this one? We've talked about Manhattan being one of the best football teams in the state. They play out of Class 6A. Right now, Washburn Rural and Manhattan at the end of the third quarter, all tied up at 21 points apiece.
Wow.
Andover has scored. They are leading Salina Central right now, 21-14 with 6.5 minutes left to go. Cheney all over Pratt, 49-0. Sacred Heart all over Belle Plaine, 33-0. So a good night for the Knights. Smith Center over Wabaunsee, 16-6. Also, Andale, a final over Smoky Valley, 74-0. Talked about Abilene leading Chapman 26-0. That's at the end of the third. And Beloit leading Russell early fourth quarter, 30-6. So check your Bennington State Bank scoreboard. We'll have more of that for you from 10 until 11 o'clock tonight.
Hoisington wins over Southwestern Heights 63-6.
Whew. Third down in the yard. Football sitting at the 45-yard line for Southeast of Saline. Kerr hands it off, and this play blown up. A full run blitz put on here by the Halstead Dragons, and it is no gain on the play, and a 4th down and 1 coming up for Southeast of Saline.
Is this a statement fourth play, or do you punt it away here?
I don't know. 1:57 left to go. No timeouts remaining for the Dragons. They can't stop the clock here. You take 20 seconds off the clock. Runs it down to 1:30-ish.
I think Coach Gebhardt's going to let this one run down and then burn one of his timeouts.
I think maybe you do go for it here.
Give me a chance to go down on the sideline. Here after a little bit, we'll have comments from Mitch Gebhardt after the game.
And the timeout will be burnt here by Southeast of Saline. As well, 2 more timeouts remaining if they should need them here in the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline takes a timeout. We'll take a 30 as well. Back with more Trojan football after this.
Fall is full of great activities that keep us on the road. When you return to home sweet home, your sewer backing up into the house is the last thing you want to find. Now is the time to dial up Salina Septic Service and their 24-hour service. They will find the problem, fix the problem, and prevent future problems with the Septic Plus Protection Club. Special pricing and worry-free maintenance. Salina Septic Service, taking care of you now and preventing septic problems in the future. Find them online at salinasepticservice.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline football on KINA.
24-0. Saline trying to put the cap up or around 5-yard line. They have a 4 and a chance to maybe put this one away for good with 1:31 left to go. They are going to line up and go for it on a 4th and 1. Grady Gebhardt to the right hip of Daniel Kerr, who now backs up, and Kerr is actually going to punt this with his left foot, and it's going to bounce at the 30 and take a left turn and go all the way down to the 23-yard line as Evan Watkins comes in diving after it to try to down it, but that ball already made up his mind as it was going out of bounds, and now a long field for the Halstead Dragons. And Russ, I kind of like that play, really. I mean, that's something we haven't seen out of Southeast of Saline, but you put Halstead back deep in their own territory at the 23-yard line, and now you challenge them to... You're not going to win this game and make an impact on some 21 and under of the maximum amount. Right now it's 24. Down here on this drive, they can't impact.
Yeah, and you're exactly smart play to punt territory.
Halstead here, 2 wide receivers, wide to each side. They're going to give it off to Millspaw, and he is going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line for a loss of 3.
Just no interest, and really it seems like throwing the ball even after they had that deep 40-plus yard completion.
Second down and 14 now. Back to the 19-yard line. Creed wants to pass it, and it's going to be knocked out of the air by Gannon Jacobson.
Yeah, Gannon would have had a shot to intercept that if his the offensive receiver had to play defense there for a little bit, kind of yank on his other arm, so he wasn't able to come around with that interception.
Ball sitting at the 20. 4 of 10 passing the football here in the second half for Halstead. Under a second left to go. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 55 seconds left. 3rd and 14 coming up for the Dragons. Halstead comes to the line of scrimmage. Thaxton and Lippold now switch over here on the near side. They're going to have bracket coverage on Tucker Devine. Creed out running around, and he's going to be chased down from behind and sacked by Josiah Monday. 3rd sack of the night for Southeast of Saline's defense. That time Josiah Monday would not be ran away from. And the clock continues to roll as it's 4th down and 14 for Halstead.
I think it's safe to say that overall speed just came into play as Josiah outran the quarterback, dove at his feet, and made a great shoestring tackle.
Halstead may have time for one more here. They may not want to run one more. They're going to have to, though. There's 5 seconds differential between game and play clock. 4th down and 14. Here's the sneak on the handoff inside. Keegan Krause has it, and he's going to break free for some yardage. Running down the left-hand sideline, he's going to bring it all the way out to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards by Keegan Krause. And that will be the end of this game as time expires. District play started out in golden fashion for Southeast of Saline. They get the victory and the points tonight on a max plus 21 against the Halstead Dragons. Trojans win it 24-0 when we come back on the postgame show. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. We'll have a conversation with Mitch Gebhardt. We'll also have final numbers on this contest. Take a couple of looks at the Bennington State Bank scoreboard and wrap this one up from Steve Fritz Field. It's another victory for the Trojans who go to 4-0. 24-0 over Halstead tonight for Southeast of Saline on KINA.